Holo Gelato Familia, it's George, the Disney Italiano, coming to you with another recording. And I got two very special guests joining me today. Of course, we have the one, the only Mr. Theme Park Conductor joining and making his grand debut here on Holo Gelato for the first time ever that I haven't uh, talked to this guy actually in a while. Dragon Blood, welcome on the channel, my man. How you doing?
Thank you very much. It's good to be on. Glad to be back here for God knows how long.
Yeah, it's good to see you. If you want to let everyone know first where they can find you on social media.
Of course, you can find me on Instagram at DragonBlood264. But currently, I do have my account on private because I got tired. I got a bunch of spam bots messaging me and stuff. I'm so sick of it.
I don't blame you. I always get that twice on Sundays.
That's
But
crazy.
yeah, sounds good. And then of course, Theme Park Conductor. If you want to let everyone know where they can find you on social media.
Absolutely. I want to give a big shout out to Holo Gelato for always being an amazing host and my partner in crime when it comes to videos and live streams. Guy's amazing. And my first time ever doing a video with Dragon Blood and actually seeing him on camera. So I can't wait to talk everything about Disney with him and George. But you can find me on YouTube, Blue Sky, and Instagram at Theme Park Conductor. You can find me on X at Theme Conductor, TikTok at Theme Park Conductor 1, and every Sunday at 5 or 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Conductor Sunday live stream, where we have amazing guests like the one, the only, Mr. Holo Gelato with his spicy theme park Italian opinions, and I love it so much. And we have a lot of amazing guests as we break down Disney and Universal news. We speculate and we talk rumors, and there's so much to talk about. It's crazy. We can't even fit it in one Conductor Sunday live stream.
Nope, not at all. We're probably going to have to do another marathon live there, especially after D23.
Oh God, yeah, yeah.
24 hours. 24 hours.
That's what everyone is calling for us to do is a 24-hour. Oh man, we might have to do some stretches on that one.
Oh my goodness.
But in any case, I have these two gentlemen on to kind of talk shop, talk Disney, and especially with Dragon Blood, because he has created some outlines and maps of a Disneyland park and Disney California Adventure, which we will take a look at in a bit. But beforehand, I did mention the big D word, D23. And Dragon Blood, I know that you have some things that you want to discuss and talk about, because I think just like with a lot of us, there was a process with this, and you have quite a story, because you and I were kind of going back and forth in the DMs while all this was transpiring, and you came out of the gate swinging, and you made a comeback with that in some shape or form. But if you want to elaborate on that a little more.
Yeah, so it all begins like after I got back from work, which is a Home Depot, by the way. I got back from work. I got on the D23 website, stayed up all night, just did some stuff all night. And then when the morning came, that's when I started to get ready and everything. And then after I got queued up, I was queued up for like half an hour with 40,000 people or 60, can't remember the number, 40, 60,000 people in front of me. Waited half an hour till 8:30 a.m. Couldn't get any tickets. 3-day pass, completely bone dry. Individual days, bone dry. And then I come back, I got disappointed and stuff. And then I come back hours later today, able to snag afternoon only tickets. And I'm like, and I just DM'd you about that, George.
You did. I remember, like, literally, while I was going through my own process with Theme Park Conductor and our good mutual friend, Jason Hill, I was DMing you while we were doing it. And yeah, I remember you said it's a no-go. I'm not going to D23. And I said you couldn't get anything. And you were like, no, everything's sold out. And then that's when you messaged me hours later saying I was able to get the afternoon only, because everything else was still sold out. But then I ended up finding out after the fact that you had purchased that, they opened more of the full day convention after you had already purchased the afternoon only. I mean, timing, like if it would have just been sooner, you could at least have gotten the Friday and the Sunday and like full day at the convention, and then Saturday was completely gone. They couldn't even replenish Saturday, which I thought was kind of interesting because I mean, I know Saturday is the parks panel at the Honda Center, but usually Friday is the day where people are like storming the convention because that's when they get their hands on like the first dibs of merch and the first hand of like being on the show floor with the exhibits and the Walt Disney Archives and everything. So I'm really surprised that Friday is still available, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on with Saturday because it must be something crazy going on. I don't know if people are more invested in the parks because of, well, Fortnite. That's another, because that one point I do play Fortnite, by the way. I was playing earlier. Don't mind the TV.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, there is talks that, Fortnite is going to play a big major part in like the Disney experiences side. So I'm for sure they'll probably have a booth somewhere on the showroom floor, and especially now with them removing the third party vendors, which I'm still bummed about that. I'm but it gives them more room to expand more. So I'm for sure we're going to get some things. Conductor, you're not that far away from the process of what we went through D23, and I know you have opinions on it.
I heard them.
Take on that.
I heard them loud.
Oh my God, where do I start? Okay, so one of the most stressful things I've ever dealt with in my entire life, and what cracked me up, Jason Hill, who was with us, me and George, trying to get the tickets. He's like, "Oh, I'm used to this. I do this for concert tickets." I'm like, if you did this for concert tickets, if I even tried to do that, I might drop dead in my chair because I would have a heart attack with all the stress and all that.
Yeah, because we only have to deal with it once every other year. Like, I can't imagine doing that, like, with how many other, like, public venues and stuff. He was cool as a cucumber, but then as the clock started ticking down and he knew that it was all on his hands because he had the lesser number out of the three of us, that like the pressure started setting in. But Jason came through. He was a hero. If it wasn't for him, I don't know what we would have done. We may still have had a chance with yours.
Maybe.
I don't know about Saturday. I think Saturday was already gone by the time you got in. By the time I would have got in, there was like
nothing.
Tumbleweeds because I was numbered like 80,000.
Yeah, that was. See, okay, so this is one of the things that frustrated the hell out of me was me and George, because even Disney said on the D23 website, hey, you guys have an option to wait in the 24-hour queue, but it does not guarantee you an advantage in the line. And right there, I think that is a big missed opportunity because, first of all, people that are willing to wait in the 24-hour queue, the system should not be a lottery system, which I don't like. Because someone like me and George who waited in that virtual queue all night long compared to someone that woke up 2 hours before the event and literally jumped on as the timer went down to 0 and got a lesser number than what me and Hollow Gelato did waiting all night. I don't agree with that statement. Then on top of that, I'm not sure, about the whole process. It was kind of weird, but after, looking at it, I think the game plan that really worked out, having 3 people in the group is your best option, especially if all 3 parties are going to be going to the event.
It is safety in numbers. Honestly, I think moving forward, it's almost like you have to.
Yeah. And I think one of the beneficial things we did, even though it's a little chaotic with the badges and all that, I think, aiming for single day, like passes per day, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, was literally the best option, because I think once we did that, it was very easy. You know what I mean? I think for us, just, for my first time dealing with it, and George and Jason are kind of used to it, I think just the adrenaline rush was still there, but it was a very easy process, because by the time Jason even went in, the only 3-day ticket option was the floor seats, and they were going anywhere from, I think it was like 1,500 all the way to $3,000. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. So we opted out doing single day tickets, and it worked out. So that was beneficial. I just hope in the near future, though, Disney gets rid of the lottery system and they upgrade their infrastructure, so that way the website does not crash as fast, and people that are willing to wait in the 24-hour queue, depending on when they join the queue, is what their number is. And everyone that joins the day of, they go to the back of the line. That's their problem. And then the other thing is, with the goal, or with the paid D23 memberships, this is what kind of infuriated me. So one thing was, you had the charter members it was the Disney Visa card holders that went first, then the charter members, then after the charter members, you had all 3 paid D23 groups go at the same time. And I'm like, no, that's BS, because how come me and George, who are paying the $100 club for the D23 level, but someone that might have paid $49 got the better tickets, and then someone that paid the $3.99, is it $3.99 or $2.99? I can't remember.
No, I think it's like almost $330, I think.
Okay, so $330, there's a possibility they don't even get a ticket at all. So between the lottery system, the 24-hour queue, and fixing the D23 membership tier to buy the tickets, I think they need to fix all 3 of those problems. And then I would probably say, to top it off, the 4th problem would be, get it the hell out of the Honda Center and move it to Angel Stadium. Because the problem is, as big as the Honda Center is, like during a regular event like a hockey game, we only get like 1/8 of the seating arrangement for D23. You imagine what Angel Stadium would be if they put the stage in deep center field, where there is no seating, and they were basically able to use about 98% of the seating in Angel Stadium. That's what, 40 or 50,000 seats. And that would take care of all problems.
Yeah, if you put a center stage in the center of the ball field, you could do a full 360-degree stage where you can have every seat practically filled.
Yeah.
And it gives more people an opportunity. Because if I was almost number 80,000, and it was at the time when we jumped on for the gold member, how many gold members are there? Because
That's
it was
my
like
question.
80,000 people. And like, I'm number 80, I'm like in the 80,000. I'm like, there was no way that I had any chance, because the Honda Center, when you block off the back part, because that's where they install the stage.
Yeah.
So I think you could fit 17,000 people in the Honda Center, but that's the whole Honda Center. So if you knock off the back part, you're probably only getting like 14 or 15,000 people in there.
Yeah.
And I'm number 80,000. I'm like,
yeah.
And I used to be a charter member. And that, to me, that's going to be the 5th problem that needs to be fixed, because I found out on social media that I wasn't the only one that had a glitch in their system. And I ended up losing my charter membership because of it, because they didn't take my payment, because it happened in 2020, and we all know what happened in 2020.
Don't get started.
So there was glitching in the system, and I ended up losing my charter membership. I know several people that did. We all contacted D23, and they said, we're sorry, it's out of our hands. Well, I'm sorry. So it's out of your hands that your computer glitched, and I have to be the one
The
to
suffer.
to suffer.
Yeah,
Because I literally, I was a member from the very beginning.
that's
Back
ridiculous.
in 2009, I was a dedicated D23 member, and oh man, that really butters my biscuit, man. Um, but yeah. So hopefully, I think the next time I see Michael Vargo, the president of D23, because I do see him a lot when Abby and I do the events, I want to bring those suggestions up to him. The charter membership, the lottery system needs to become a first come first serve.
Yeah.
The what was the other one that you had mentioned?
The improve your line thing, like, oh, you get there first, but you can come back later. You gotta be middle or back.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Depending on what your gold member status is, they need.
Yeah, that's the other. That's what else. Yeah, like I'm essential, so like, can I just go first before everyone? Like, I want essential, then all the way up. I don't want all in one.
No,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous. And like I said, the reason why I mentioned the Angel Stadium is because every time they've done a D23 fan event in years past, they always have a Angel game that is, themed to D23. So they already have the connection with the Angels, with Angel Stadium. So why not just put D23 there for the ultimate fan event, for the parks panel, for the movie for the studios panel, for the Disney Legends panel. That's what I mean. Like they can make so much more money if they just moved it to Angel Stadium. And it's already been proven that Angel Stadium can handle that type of stuff. They do all sorts of events there, Angel games, football games for CIF, for high school. They do concerts there. They do motocross, monster trucks. They do all sorts of events at that stadium. So there's no reason why they can't do D23 there. There's no reason for that.
Yeah, because they have a shuttle that's going over to the Honda Center, so they could have a shuttle that goes to Angel Stadium, and we're going to end up taking Ubers anyway, so that's not really going to matter for us.
I'm just going to be in the hotel room praying they live stream it.
I hope so.
That's another thing that I really wish that they would do, that if there really is that many gold members and people are dedicated to try to get tickets for this thing, is maybe the people that attempted to get tickets and were unsuccessful, D23 sends them a private link via email that's connected to your membership, and then at the time of the presentation for the parks, people can access it and watch it live stream privately on their mobile device or their computer or laptop.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, 100%. Or you could do that, and then there's like George was saying, if there's 80,000 people or even more than that trying to buy tickets, people that couldn't even go to the event period, they can buy a link that will be streamed by Disney, but obviously you can't live stream it. So anyone that tries to be smart and think, oh, I'm going to buy the link and then stream it on my YouTube channel and no. Because the second that it detects a share,
that actually reminds me of. Speaking of that, reminds me of what happened at CinemaCon with the Avengers Doomsday trailer. So apparently, they had a bunch of this night vision people. They had like these night vision cameras that actually like, if you record on your phone would go completely black.
Yeah. Well, see what's interesting about that, because I heard about that earlier today, was literally all of CinemaCon was like that. But I heard that Disney actually said to everybody in the room, hey, if you want to record, go for it. And did. I'm like,
see what happens.
Exactly. So I'm not shocked that no one recorded the Doomsday trailer. And I'm still kind of wondering if they are going to release it tomorrow, with all the speculation.
There are so many rumors about that, but I don't know, man. I feel like we're gonna get it till Mandalorian and Grogu, in my opinion, but we'll find out.
Probably, if I had to guess. But going back to D23, there's at least 5 or 6 good things I would tell the D23 president. Hey, if you guys change this, it would make the world of difference if you did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and
I
then
think
one thing,
the next time I see Michael, I think I'm gonna have a little chat.
and then what I was also saying is, due to how popular the event's gonna be for the panels and stuff, you're gonna then inevitably move it to Angel Stadium anyway. Honda Center can't hold that much people.
No, it can't. No, there's no way, and I just don't see it. I honestly do not see it. So that's what I mean. You do something like that, and then it's only going to benefit Disney in a way, because then you can sell more tickets. So it's almost like, why wouldn't you want to do that? You already have a relationship with the Angels and Angel Stadium doing events there. So why the hell not? What's so special about the Honda Center?
Yeah, and I think honestly
Yeah.
they may be able to get a better deal with the Angel Stadium, as you said, because they have a better relationship with it. I could imagine how much it's costing for them to rent out the Honda Center.
Oh, I can only imagine.
The Honda brand's too expensive, trust me. It's huge.
Oh yeah. And then they're probably asking triple the price that they normally would. You know why? Because all the construction happening surrounding the Honda Center.
OC vibe.
Yep, exactly. Yep. So it's costing Disney even more money.
Yep.
So,
and they could have it outdoors. I mean, we're in California. It's not like we're in Florida where it can.
Oh no.
Rain,
that's true. That's true. You're not wrong.
Yeah,
that actually wants me to do one suggestion that I think that'd be really cool. Bring the event over to Orlando Convention Center one day. I'd love to see it over on the East Coast one day, like the entire event. Bring it over to Orlando. I want to see that happen.
I remember people had mentioned that way back when, after they had the first expo back in 2009, people were wondering if it would eventually go to Orlando. And a lot of people were like waiting in the wings, for it. But I think the problem why they don't is for all the archive stuff they would have to ship over.
Oh, yeah.
And then ship back. And then with all the celebrities and the stars already being out here, But I do see your point, because a lot of people were thinking, because, I mean, there's convention centers that are bigger than even the Honda Center and the convention center combined in Walt Disney World.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're huge. And so that would have been really cool. But I think that's where the Destination D23 comes in, despite of how lackluster they are nowadays. I think that's why they kind of do like the big one in California, then the smaller one in Orlando, and then back and forth.
Yeah,
they do it. But yeah, moving forward, I think unless I know that I have a very low number, like I did 2 years ago, number 1,708, I still don't even know how I managed to get that number.
That's crazy.
That if I get a number like that, then I'd probably be able to say, okay, now I'll snag a 3-day Ultimate Fan Pass. But if I'm like number 30, 40,000, hoping we could still get in, I'm not even going to attempt to even try to go for a 3-day, because the 3-day, they're gone by the time you get in there, and all that's left is the real close seats to the stage.
Well, let me ask you this. If they continue to use the Honda Center, let's say 2 years from now in 2028, and God willing, I hope they don't. I really hope the next time you talk to the D23 president, George, at one of these events, he actually takes your suggestion seriously. I hope he does. But let's just say hypothetically, it goes back to the Honda Center in 2028.
Mm-hmm.
People that get in line, because obviously we saw a change from 2024 to now, where the ticket buying power went from 6 tickets to 4 tickets. Okay.
8 to 6.
Oh, 8 to 6. I'm sorry, 8 to 6. So with the 3-day, do you see possibly them limiting, people that get into the queue, get on the actual website, one per purchase, like one
Now
per.
that's an interesting question, because if someone did get in and bought a 3-day Ultimate Fan Pass and they can have up to 6,
That's why they sell out so quick.
yeah, I think that's stretching it. I think you should be able to get up to 6 individual. And even then, we didn't even know about that. We
No.
thought it was 6 per day. And that's why we had to break it up, where Jason had to get so many and then you had to come up with the remaining.
Yeah.
Because that's why he ended up getting a 3-day, because it wouldn't have been enough.
No.
Yeah, I actually agree with you on that. I think, honestly, if people are getting 3 days, it should actually be a maximum of 2 people per account for a 3-day. If you're doing the individuals, then you can have up to 6.
Yeah. But I think the problem right now is where it's being held at. I don't think
That's a huge problem. I completely agree with you. When you came up with that idea at Angel Stadium, I thought that was so freaking genius.
Oh yeah.
I remember that.
And it's an easy
when you first mentioned that. I'm like, I'm blown. I just need that because I want to have a chance to go to these panels. That's the main reason.
You should have an opportunity to go. They hype D23 up and they're saying this is the ultimate Disney fan event. Everyone has the opportune chance to go. No, they don't. I'm sorry. When they use that tagline that everyone has the same equal opportunity.
No,
I'm sorry. If you have, and I'm for sure there were people who had higher numbers even above mine.
So
that when you have like 100,000 people jumping on a website at the same time.
Yeah.
And all the gold members, whatever status you're at, are all intermixed. And it's not a first come, first serve basis. It's completely random. I'm sorry, that's not a fair playing field.
No, because I see other events not doing that. I think Comic-Con doesn't do Comic-Con does for first come serve, but this first come first serve, but this event doesn't.
No, it doesn't, and that's part of the problem. And I personally, logistically, it's literally a nightmare to try to buy tickets. And I agree with George. Their own slogan even says for everybody to enjoy. Well, how can you do that when you almost have a freaking heart attack or a brain aneurysm trying to buy a ticket?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's not enjoyable. That's
and conductor believed me, but I told him, you're not going to know for sure until you experience it yourself.
I experienced it myself on Earth.
Yeah, next time I get it.
I get so excited for D23, but at the same time, I dread going through that ticketing system.
Oh, it's horrible.
Because it is a nightmare.
It's horrible.
First come, first serve. I want like Essential goes first, complete, and then whatever and next. I want fair chance for everyone to go to this thing. Bring it to Angel Stadium, like you said. That way everyone can actually have the chance, and that slogan makes sense, in my opinion.
And here's the thing. If they move it to the Angel Stadium, then they could put all the gold members in one pile, because it wouldn't matter. There would be enough seats.
Exactly.
It would be perfect.
Enough seats, and you can actually open the whole stadium up. And what I mean by that is even like, let's say, for example, they sell packages where, let's say you have, I don't know, I'm just speaking hypothetically, 15 people to a group. Mm-hmm. And let's say for, I don't know, maybe about $4,000. But I'm just saying $4,000 for a 3-day Ultimate Fan Pass, or maybe even $5,000, just to be realistic. And you get like a luxury box that the Angel Stadium has. And you can have your own little like Lux box where you have 15 people to your group. you have like all this catered food inside, and then you have the seats outside. So when the panel's going on, hey, you can watch from your skybox, and you're good, and you can have food and stuff. Dude, the
That would be
possibilities
cool.
are endless.
Oh my god, can you imagine if they did that?
Oh, dude.
Can you
Dude.
imagine if they
If you like
did
going to
Skybox, that if people had a group of 15 or more
Dude, I'm
and
telling
they
you,
did
print
group
money.
rating prices.
They would
Oh my
print
god,
money.
that would be
Print
dude,
money.
that's just fantastic. I'm like,
Print
no
money.
pun for fantastic though, because that's amazing. That's amazing stuff.
But here's
And
the
then,
thing. We are diehard Disney
And we don't
theme
even work
park
for the company.
enthusiasts. Why is it so easy for us to come up with this stuff on the fly? And these people that are wearing the suit and ties, go into meetings, they're getting paid 6 figures a year, some of them 7 figures. It's so hard for them to comprehend that the answer is right in front of their noses.
Okay, so there's another suggestion. Okay, so when it comes to D23 events, I would say probably maybe one every 6 months. They have like a couple panels or like a couple of dates where fans, D23 Gold member fans, they can go to this event. It's almost like a cocktail hour, but it's not cocktails. But you go there, and let's say it's at like the Disneyland Hotel or the Grand Californian, but it's in one of the ballrooms, and you have a little small stage set up, and you probably have, I don't know, maybe 500-600 people in this ballroom, right? And it's almost like a Q&A session where you can actually talk to the executives, or you could talk to the Imagineers and kind of give your feedback of what you're seeing in the parks, and kind of give them, like almost like an update from like boots on the
I
ground.
wish that would be something that they can incorporate in D23.
Yeah, that would be
Because
nice.
that's what D23 is all about. It's about taking all 4 corners of the company and bringing it together. What if they had an event that was part of D23, as you said, during the convention,
Sure.
where all the higher up people sit in the seats, and you put our butts on the stage, and we'll tell them of us as the consumer
Yeah.
what we would possibly like, and they're sitting there with their notebooks writing this stuff down and literally take it serious.
Yeah.
Like, don't just brush it off and say, okay, we'll hear you, just to give us our satisfaction, and then brush it off at the end. No, like, really sit down and hear us. Now, again, I know as a company they can't go word for word for the consumer. A company would go to pieces. They can't do that.
Sure.
I completely get that. But there's certain things that we know what we're talking about.
Well,
Mhm.
that and if they have something like that where they have all these suggestions, it's not like they would have like a little small list. They would have a list freaking taller than I am times a million.
And
Or-
you're 9'7", so I
Yeah,
mean,
pretty
That's
much.
crazy.
Pretty
I'm a
much.
pretty tall man myself too. I'll see how much I work for the same height, my man.
we should put all 3 of you. We should put you, Conductor, and Giant Peter Adventures like next to each other.
Probably we should. That would be hilarious. But they would have all these options to choose from, and it would be something where, again, all the execs are either on stage, and there's like a microphone that people raise their hand, and they choose people in the crowd, and they go up on stage, kind of talk in front of the crowd.
Basically, like a seminar kind of thing.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
seminar, and you have an audience there. The reason why, because you mentioned something, George. You said, well, so, Disney might do that just to kind of give the satisfaction. Well, they can't really do that if the room's filled with about 500 to 600 people that have the same passion, because then if Disney's all like, oh yeah, well, we gave them their minute, their moment in fame or in the spotlight, but we're not going to do it. The hell with them. Then they already know how the Disney community reacts anyway, especially when they do stuff that's kind of, out in left field. So it would kind of force the issue and say, hey, we as fans gave you all these ideas to choose from, maybe consider some of them, maybe implement some of them, not all of them, because like you said, George, the company would go broke. But at least a decent amount of them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
At least it would show people, hey, we're working on implementing or embracing these new techniques, so that way, the people that went on stage or spoke out, their voices were heard instead of ignored.
I agree. I like that idea. And honestly, what another better way to do it than at the Angel Stadium? put 40 to
Not that
50,000
often.
people in those seats, and you have all eyes on the execs and everything.
Oh yeah.
They'll have open ears.
No,
They'll
literally.
listen. Now, Dragon Butt, I wanted to ask
Mhm.
you before we move on to your maps, because it would be kind of a nice segue.
Yeah.
What for you is what do you think like your early prediction is of what to expect at the parks panel, and then what is a wild card for you? Something that may like not have been mentioned, but it's something that you personally would like to see, and who knows, maybe it just might show up.
This will be a long segue, by the way, so just keep in mind, grab your popcorn, drink, whatever. So this is going to be a long one, okay? So I'm going to start off with Florida, okay? Start off with Florida, Magic Kingdom. They got Buzz Lightyear, Big Thunder coming. We already know about that. The new Buzz Lightyear, I think, looks really cool. We got Big Thunder, and then we got Piston Peak and Villains Land. I want to talk Piston Peak before Villains, because Piston Peak, dude, have you guys seen those patents yet for the permits?
Yes.
I have. Yeah.
Yeah, because one of them looks like it's actually meant for Piston Peak, and then the main e-ticket ride, that the off-road rally race, with it being trackless and stuff. I know on that We Call It Imagineering video, people are assuming it's going to have a track because they're using a track to move that car for demonstration purposes. But those permits kind of revealed to me it could be trackless. And then the flat ride itself, that we may get more details about, because that's the thing we need to really know about Piston Peak, and then that's it. And then we probably need to get opening timeline.
I agree with that. I think we need to know like what kind of ride system, as you said, the e-ticket is. What is the actual official name for it?
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. And the second attraction, which we know nothing about.
No,
we didn't get no clarification on that. And then also too an opening timeline for that. I think it's still too early in the process to get like a month, but they should maybe at least give us like a fall 2028, fall 2029, something along the lines there.
And then they gave us, and it went vertical too, so it's kind of getting close, but it's kind of getting close. So I may just say like late 2028 at the moment, depending on depending on how steady the construction goes right now.
Yeah,
I could agree with that. I could see that.
And then Villains Land, have you that rap article? I don't know, but I feel like it was just one of those scrapped ideas they showed off, and then Damar's like, nope, throw that in the trash. We don't need some Ursula spinner. We don't need some Emperor's New Groove coaster. We don't need any of that. I mean, it could still happen, right? But like, we don't know for sure.
I think for that, I think that was probably ideas that were probably shooting in the pipeline many years ago, because I mean, Villains Land has been talked about for many decades.
I remember the Villains Pier for DCA before it became Paradise Pier.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So it was talked about a lot. So who knows? That Emperor's New Groove Yzma coaster might have been for the pier.
That could have, yeah. That could have been
it
California's Caribbean Incredicoaster.
Exactly. So I think when those plans leaked, people automatically assume, oh, that's going to be our Villains Land. I don't think the way that they gave us the early concept art, and yes, I am one that says, don't get married to concept art, but the way that they've been going over to Europe and everything, studying like the cathedral and arts and the
I feel
architecture.
like they went over the Paris, Spain,
Yes.
Barcelona.
Yeah, I think that they're looking more for like a rigid, like European Gothic kind of land, and I don't think an Yzma roller coaster really fits
No.
that bill.
Yeah,
it's-
no. And then they in that concept art, Maleficent roller coaster, obviously, and then whatever the dark ride's gonna be. I want to see a trackless, but I know knowing Avengers out on the West Coast, I know Peter Pan's trackless, so Avengers might be trackless. But I want to see something like that for Magic Kingdom. That'd be pretty cool in my opinion. With the villains mashup, but now like don't copy Monsters Unchained.
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
I think personally, and Dragon Blood, you probably have heard this many times before with me and George, but one thing that kind of rubs me the wrong way at this point in 2026 now we are in is the fact that we're duplicating attractions within the domestic bubble. You got the
Yeah.
West Coast, East Coast. Enough of that. If you want to duplicate something, take something from the international parks, or
That's
at
what
least take,
I
or
like what they did with Remy's, Tron, and what else? What else did I know Remy's and Tron, but I feel like I'm missing something else.
George, you might have to help me out with that.
Remy,
Because I know
Tron.
Remy's and Tron, Remy from Paris, Tron from Shanghai. That might be because that might be those.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, regardless, like, and even people said even about that, they're like, well, don't take a yard when you only need an inch. And what I mean by that is don't start
Yeah.
just duplicating everything from the international parks. But there are certain attractions you can do, not all of them, because you also want that adventure for people to travel across the world to go experience it, but at least
Yeah.
take inspiration from those attractions. You don't have to copy it verbatim, but I don't like for example, I said on my live stream earlier today with George, I said what's interesting is you look at Universal Hollywood, a small park because of the studio. And here it is. We got something you've never seen before, which is Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. And what does Universal Orlando do? Oh, we ripped out Rip Ride Rocket and we're replacing with Fast and Furious, but they went a step further and kept the same name, but yet their version of the coaster is going to be in the New York section and not.
And it's gonna be. It looks bigger too than Hollywood.
It looks bigger, but the problem I have, Dragon Blood, is the fact that they called it the same name. They couldn't have called it anything other than the same name.
I kind of got a bad taste from that.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. And then people were speculating over the years about Tomorrowland because that's been a huge, spaghetti bowl mess. Possibly taking out the Star Wars launch bay and putting Tron in there. And I don't think people
Bring
want
in
that.
Light Cycle Run. There's not enough space in my opinion because you have Autopia, you got the monorail depot, and then you have the monorail track itself. There's no way you could put that coaster in there in Disneyland. I'm sorry.
And that coaster with the canopy is very clunky. Can you imagine seeing that thing off of Harbor Boulevard?
Oh,
No. Get that on my face from there.
No, they won't do that. There's no way in hell. No way in hell they would do that. I think when Disney ordered 3 versions of that coaster, I think, obviously, Magic Kingdom got one. The International Park got the other one, but I think the third one is mainly. Yeah,
I didn't hear about a third.
Yeah, there's 3 of them. There's 3 of them that they ordered from the manufacturer. But the third one I heard is not even going in the park. It's going to be used as spare parts for the 2 that exist.
Oh, that's right. Because the third one that it was supposed to be was for
Disneyland.
If the Eastern Gateway worked, it was supposed to be for Marvel because it was supposed to be like for like Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Mm-hmm. And it never came to be. So they actually ordered it, but then that's right, because they still have that's interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Tomorrowland is another one too that you mentioned that we'll see regarding Tomorrowland because I feel like they may do it by phase, just like Walt Disney World do with Buzz Lightyear, which I talked about. We got the Carousel Progress coming, and then actually I want to start with Walt Disney World's Tomorrowland before Disneyland because Disneyland's a whole other thing, a whole other thing. And then yeah, because I would do something with Stitch's Great Escape. I wanted like a new attraction there. That building's been vacant since 2018, I believe, almost kind of close to 10 years. And I would love to see a new ride in there, regardless of what IP it is. And then something for Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, like you said, with Zach said for Boardwalk Times, do something with that. And then that would be it for Tomorrowland wise. And then what else there? And then maybe Moana for Adventureland. But I know a lot of Disney fans will not want to hear this from me. I would take out Jungle Cruise for that ride. I'm sorry.
I'm kind of there with you, to be honest with you. I'm kind of as I said, I know people would bash me for it, but as I said, I'll take the whipping. I get it. It's classic, the Jungle Cruise.
But Disneyland is more classic.
Yeah, exactly. So I could say spare the Jungle Cruise because it is a big footprint. It takes up like majority of Adventureland.
Yeah, that'd be great for a Moana e-ticket. The patents that we saw with the Wayfinder, I told you about in the last video when it was on before Holo Gelato was even created.
That's right. We did. That's right. That's how long that those patents went through that they utilized for the Wayfinder. Wow, that's wild.
Crazy.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. And honestly, OLC, the Oriental Land Company, they don't give a crap. They're like, we're ripping out the Jungle Cruise.
They're putting Incredibles in Adventureland, guys. They're putting Incredibles in Adventureland, which that does not thematically make sense.
No, but again, that's the pride and privilege that they have is with their parks. They're just leasing the IP. Disney can care less of what IP goes in what area of the park. They could care less.
The only way that it would make sense is if they make it like the island that Syndrome was on.
I like that.
We saw that in the concept art.
I like that.
And then I could say the same thing about Piston Peak in Rivers of America, Tom Sawyer Island. That's kind of the same situation in my opinion. And then Villains Land kind of is, but that's the yang of the yin for Fantasyland because it's right next by there, and you got Haunted Mansion.
Sure.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Very true.
And then Epcot, I think we're going to see a lot more investment, in my opinion. But I'm not trying to. Epcot we'll see because I see Spaceship Earth still getting a reimagining regardless. I know it was announced a while back, but they may put it back on the table. But we'll see.
I can agree with you on that. I don't think it's going to be the Chapek version, but I think it'll be some sort of new update kind of thing.
Even that Play Pavilion that was also during the Chapek era for Wonders of Life. I'd say bring that Wonders of Life back, but don't have that Play Pavilion thing because right now you got the Fortnite digital universe coming, so that doesn't make any sense.
I honestly say just demolish that whole building. When we were down there, the last month, I mean, that building looks horrid.
Geez.
It is like, it looks all old and like they're not even maintaining it because they're not utilizing it. So it's like,
it's ridiculous.
Demolish the old one, rebuild like a new one that actually looks a lot nicer. Like it could fit like kind of Cosmic Rewind to Test Track to Mission Space.
Yeah. Like they could put something in there.
I think so.
And then,
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, conductor. I'm sorry.
No. I'm trying to think of an idea that I would put in the Play Pavilion area.
Oh, no worries.
You know what I would do because the building is like a dome factor. What if? I know this is going to sound kind of cheesy. Have you guys ever been to like a planetarium?
Yes.
Okay, so you have a big dome factor. What if they did like an immersive WALL-E kind of thing where you go into like this giant theater, sort of like the Sphere in Vegas. And it's just like it encompasses around you, and it's, I don't know, they do some sort of show with WALL-E and Eve, and
That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
That's a
That'd
big
be
show.
kind of cool. I was thinking of Wally for Armchair Imagineering for Mission Space. Like you take that out for Omnimover Return, just like Horizons. Rest in peace.
That's interesting.
I wouldn't mind a Horizons coming back, but like a way updated version. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, actually up the code, but I don't think that would ever happen.
I really honestly wish that they wouldn't have even touched Horizons for Mission Space, to be honest with you.
But
I
back to my predictions. And then, yeah, I would do something with Figment because I want a new Journey into Imagination ride. I actually have it something similar to a track list. I'll actually have that being track, which is similar to the Winnie the Pooh ride from Tokyo, but Figment.
Oh, that would be cool.
That'd be awesome.
And then, of course, do a whole reimagining for the Imagination Pooh. That'd be a cool announcement, in my opinion. I hope that's something like that'd be pretty cool. And then,
I think with Epcot, but sorry, before you move on, the thing with Epcot is, I think they're going to have to do a reimagining with the reimagining, because the first reimagining like did not go well. So I think Tomorrow is going to have to come in and clean up some of that mess that
bring
happened.
that two-story lounge just as the final treasure for the World Celebration. Bring that two-story lounge we were supposed to get.
It still could come. You never know.
Yeah, I could see them announce that probably, and then World Showcase. It's kind of confusing at the moment because I was thinking Grand Fiesta Tour for Coco, but you guys are getting Coco, and they don't want to clone a lot anymore. Because from D23 event announcements 2 years ago, I saw no clones whatsoever. No clones.
Do you think they will though? Do you think they couldn't make that announcement at the last D23 because they never really gave us any in-depth information on what this Coco ride is? Now that we're probably gonna get the type of ride well, I mean, we know it's a boat ride, but we're gonna know more of the logistics behind it. Could they say, you know what, we're also gonna put it in the Mexico Pavilion?
That's actually good. That's actually good thinking right there, not gonna lie. Yeah, I guess I could see that.
I mean, I would miss the Grand Fiesta Tour. I'm not gonna lie.
I never done that ride just yet, but I'll do it for sure.
It's nothing like special. It's very simple, but I like it. I think that's why I like it, of it being simple.
Well, yeah, because you have the 3 Caballeros.
Yeah, no, 100%. One of the things I was actually told by Jared from Capture the Magic was, if they decide to do that, I don't know if there would be enough room to put Coco there.
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm concerned about.
Maybe do like a different Coco ride, like not based off the world from DCA, but like something different, you know? Kind of like what they did with the Frozen ride from Tokyo.
Unless they expand the Mexican Pavilion like they did with the France one for Ratatouille.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
That's possible.
They could, because what wasn't the speculation and rumor for years that they wanted to add a new pavilion anyway?
They have the space. There are several.
There's still a lot of space, actually.
Yeah,
for many more pavilions. I actually agree. If they were to do a new pavilion, add Greece from Zach from Boardwalk Times from your other video.
Ooh, I like that. Greece,
Percy Jackson, Hercules. Why not?
That'd be fire.
I think that would be it. I think if they did another country, it would have to be something that's already tied to an IP, only because that's the route that Disney's going.
Yeah.
And yeah, I could definitely see Greece for sure.
Yeah. That would pretty much be it for Epcot. Hollywood Studios, I think we will get more regarding Monstropolis and the Door Coaster. I think that's why we're getting a lot of juicy stuff, because I'm not underestimating that coaster by any means.
No.
Not saying it's going to be this like wholly perfect thing, but I think it's going to be really fun, you know?
I think so. I think honestly, having it as like the first suspended roller coaster, and you're kind of like in these bucket seats kind of thing. I think that would be very, very thrilling.
But yeah, I'd see a lot more details. Including, I want to know what that show is too. That's replacing Muppet Vision, but I guess we'll see about that most likely.
I think we'll see this year for sure.
And then yeah, I think. And then opening timeline and everything else about the land. There you go. That's pretty much it. Now I'm hoping for stuff for Galaxy's Edge. Like I was hoping we get like we get a third attraction, perhaps. Maybe that sit down restaurant. I'm kind of hoping they bring those ideas back and clean up Galaxy's Edge's mess.
See, that's one of the things I was mentioning to George. Could we get something like that? Because whether it's a third attraction or it's that restaurant that the Galactic Star Cruiser got and we didn't get, which originally we were supposed to get, I would be okay with getting both of them or one or the other. I'd be okay with that. And one of the things I told George about, like for Star Wars nights, for after dark events on my live stream earlier, I said, well, what's interesting is you have a land dedicated to Star Wars that was built for Star Wars, but yet during after dark events for Star Wars, you have it in Galaxy's Edge, and you also have it in Tomorrowland, which at this point doesn't make sense. Why not take everything that you have for Star Wars in Tomorrowland, move it over the Galaxy's Edge, and kind of just leave Tomorrowland to kind of rot in the case some more, so it pushes Disney a little bit further to close that land and demo it to the ground, rebuild it from the ground up, and make it spectacular. And I think to answer your question when you first started off, Dragon Blood, was I think we will get an announcement about Tomorrowland in 2028. The only reason why is because 2028 will be the second half of the $60 billion that Disney promised to spend
for a whole decade.
Yes. So I think 2028 will be the Tomorrowland announcement. But who knows? I might be wrong.
It could be this year for all I know.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to shy away from that.
But or what they might do is they may tease it this year, but then give us the full in-depth info on it in 2028.
Yeah.
And then Hollywood, I'd say, bring more Galaxy's Edge stuff. Toy Story? No, Toy Story's fine. My bad. Maybe a new show for right next to Rocket Roller Coaster and the Muppets. Like, not bring back Muppet Vision, but do like a new Muppet show. Like something like brand new so that can bring people back there outside just Rocket Roller Coaster.
Okay.
I would agree with that. And that way you can kind of really have a real Muppet courtyard. I think that back area is more of a courtyard than what really the original Muppet courtyard was, in my opinion. But yeah, you're right. That kind of balances it up, because then you have like a thrilling e-ticket roller coaster, and then you could have a family-friendly kind of wacky, zany kind of show right next to it.
I actually like the song. I actually kind of like the song choices they announced a few days ago, which I think they were pretty cool. Some of them are actually kind of my favorites.
I think they were interesting choices. Like it kind of like caught me off guard, because I thought like Disney would pick something that was more meta to the demographic, and I'm like, they picked that, and I'm like, wow, okay, they kind of like
they even picked Def Leppard. I'm like, whoa, chill out. You picked Def Leppard. And I'm like, that caught me off guard. Def Leppard. That one. They said there's supposed to be surprise tracks too, which we have yet to know about. Unless they're gonna be like the Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit secret songs. Let me do those.
Yeah.
And then what else? That would be it for Hollywood Studios. Oh yeah. Speaking of, before I move on from Hollywood Studios, maybe do Maleficent Dragon animatronic and not a puppet for Orlando's, and then bring one for Disneyland, because I want to see that dragon again.
I think honestly we should know what's going on with the dragon at D23.
I have Murphy back behind me, so she's watching.
I see her.
She's watching, man.
That would be an interesting announcement at the parks panel, to announce that Murphy's going to come back better and bigger than ever for the 75th anniversary.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Be smart.
And then we're not building one, we're building two, and we're putting it in Orlando.
That'd be dope. You imagine that? You walk in the Villains Land. Let's just say they put this big
for the coaster.
150-foot animatronic. You imagine
Do it
that?
for the Maleficent coaster in Villains Land if it's going to be a Maleficent coaster,
Oh,
because
yeah,
that's what the concept art's hinting at.
That's what I mean. That would be so
Do something.
awesome.
I actually say do it like Expedition Everest, where you see the Yeti at the end, but have the dragon at the end. Like it gets you at the end, and then the end.
Yeah,
That's dope.
and actually have the dragon working.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, that's actually one of my predictions. A new Yeti animatronic for Expedition Everest for Animal Kingdom.
Do you think we'll get some news on that?
I hope so, in my opinion. But that I'm always predicting that every year in Figment. So
here's the thing: to fix the Yeti problem, it's doable. Joe Rohde said it could be done. It's just going to take a lot of time, and I think in order to do that, there has to be enough in Animal Kingdom for them to close down Expedition Everest for that long period of time.
And then what way to do that is have Tropical Americas open and then make a reason to close down Everest.
Smart.
Yeah.
Very smart.
Yeah, moving on to Tropical Americas, I think we'll get a lot more details on it, what the rest of them is for Encanto, trackless or not, Indiana Jones. Like, I want to see more. I want to see more about Indiana Jones regarding like what could be inside the temple and stuff, what we're going to go through. I'm excited for that ride, to be honest.
Yeah, because we're supposed to be going through like a Mayan temple, so they said there's like a mysterious. They said the name of it, right? Because it's through like the Mayan culture.
They said like some like mysterious creature, the legendary mythical creature, whatever it is. But knowing my Mexican folklore, I think it's gonna be a serpentine named Quetzalcoatl. If you've heard of that legend,
I think that's what it was. I think that name's familiar. It was either that or my ex-wife. It was one of the two.
Ex-wife counter one, chat.
There you go, counter one.
Yep. I know OG still got that counter rolling if he was on here, you know.
Oh, 100%.
And then Quetzalcoatl, I think, which is a feathered serpent. I'd say they might do that, which would be pretty cool in my opinion. I'd love to see like a whole animatronic for that. You know, like the Carnotaurus at the end where it just lunges towards you before you drop down, like the ball in Indiana Jones.
You know, it's funny because they're gonna have to probably do something like that because they have that. It's still gonna stay the same.
Yeah, it's still the same track too, so why not?
So yeah, whatever the creature is, that's probably what we're going to get at the very end, where it like lunges at you before you do the.
I want. You know, it'd be so funny for the edgy fans. Do a Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare of that.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
That'd be so terrifying though. I love to see as an Alien Counter fan. That'd be so cool.
That'd be awesome.
Because I remember something like that with the Great Movie Ride, where
with Alien
would come down from the ceiling, and you'd have like the smoke coming out, and he was like scratching at you, like
dude. I know all your rants about the Great Movie Ride. Trust me.
Yeah, don't even get me started on that one. That is like.
It actually is one of my wild predictions for DCA, which I'll get into since you spoke of Alien, but that's later on right now before we move on to the map. So.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we're going to move on to Disneyland. So Disneyland Park itself, maybe they'll hint at what the Stitch parking lot stuff's going to be, you know, like World of Frozen, but don't do Frozen Ever After this time. Do like the Frozen Ride from Tokyo, where it's the story from the movie and not like that's after the movie, you know? That's Frozen Ever After.
Yeah, I don't mind them putting in a Frozen Land. Yeah, don't do Frozen Ever After. We already have it at Epcot.
We have it at Paris and Hong Kong. There's no way to clone it for a fourth time.
Yeah, come on. Like, we need something more impressive than that.
100%. Now, let me ask you this, both of you. I'm going to start with you, Dragonblood, because I've actually talked to George about this. Mm-hmm. You know, Bricky, he actually did a video a long time ago now, where he actually mapped it out in the entire land that they have in Tokyo. Actually fits almost like a glove in the Lilo and Stitch parking lot.
Wow.
It fits like a glove, literally. But the thing is, you know, with the spaghetti bowl that Tomorrowland has with Autopia, with the submarines, you got the People Mover track, you got the monorail track as well. But you have the Matterhorn right there, which kind of fits that theme. You know, when he actually did a map overview, that land actually fits in that spaghetti bowl area in the far corner. The problem is you would have to get rid of Autopia, which I'm okay with because I don't fit in it anyway. And it kind of reminds me
Secret
of
Life. I remember back from a Five Fires video. How many years ago you said you couldn't fit in Secret Life of Pets for some odd reason?
yeah. No, it's just I'm too tall for it, and plus, as much as I have respect for Waltz and the early Imagineers that brought that attraction to life, I think
Mhm.
Disney needs to move away as much as humanly possible away from kind of like that, you know, carnival slash, independent, small park type rides, and that's what Autopia kind of reminds me of. And then the submarines, people complain about that all day long with it being too like cramped inside the submarine itself. They could keep the water but get rid of the subs. And
Yeah, and
then
you got the show building under the ground too for the whole attraction as well.
exactly, and then you get rid of the people mover tracks and rebuild those at differently, but you get rid of the old tracks, and then the monorail that can stay because they're not going to relocate that, because that's what we're dealing with right now with them trying to cram Avatar or even Zootopia in the Hollywood backlot. But you put
Which I actually want to dive into that soon in the future, actually, because that's an interesting topic.
Oh, for sure. But the Arendelle would fit in that spaghetti bowl area, and it would complement by seeing the Matterhorn off in the distance. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? So it kind of complements each other. But you could either do that, or you could put it in the Lilo and Stitch parking lot. My thing is, you look at it, I do find it interesting that the Olaf animatronic that we saw in Disneyland Paris, you
They brought
know,
it over to Hong Kong, I think, recently,
yeah,
right?
yeah, I think they brought it over, or they're getting ready to bring it over there. But one of the things I found interesting was they even said that the animatronic is going to be at the Disneyland Resort for meet and greets. So it
Yep.
makes me wonder if they're going to be beta testing to possibly bring a version of Arendelle to the Disneyland Resort in the next 10 to 15 years. And what I find funny is the same thing with the Hollywood backlot with Nick and Judy from Zootopia, where all this news is coming out about Avatar maybe not happening in the Hollywood backlot and Zootopia replacing it, which I find funny. So there's all this
Yeah.
movement coming on, and it's this chaos. But one of the things that also drives me nuts about Disneyland, or just Disney in general, is you have all this mass confusion going on social media, on YouTube,
Yeah.
everywhere. But yet you as a company are not saying anything, but you have all these independent outlets, KTLA 5, The Wrap, a former Imagineer, Jim Scholl. You have all these people that are on your media list that are content creators, all saying they have serious doubts and reservations about Avatar going in the Hollywood backlot, and possibly Zootopia replacing that, or even something else. But yet the one source that should be saying something is keeping quiet. It's like, why?
Mhm.
I think honestly they're holding off for D23. I think
Yeah.
if they say something right now, it could spoil everything that they could
True.
possibly have planned. As far as with the Olaf animatronic, I bet you they'll bring him to the convention center because they
Yeah,
did.
that's a thing. They might bring him over.
Yeah,
The
I bet
because
BDX
they,
droids.
because they did it
They may
with
bring them
Wally.
back too. They may do the same thing with BDX droids again, so we might see BDX and Wolof at the same time.
That's true.
Yeah, because they said he's going to be making an appearance at Disneyland, Walt Disney World, and I even think they said on the cruise line too.
Yes.
Cruise line, interesting.
Yeah,
So I wonder if they're going to build multiple of that animatronic and just have one per park and the cruise line, or they might build like one or two more and then share it per park, which I don't know if that's such a smart idea or not. I kind of feel like they have the technology, they have the money to do so. So just build one per park if you really honestly want,
Yeah.
or resort or whatever.
Unless he's just making his rounds for like a limited time.
Well, I will tell you this, George. Hopefully, when he gets to the Disneyland Resort, he doesn't have an epic failure like he did in Paris, where
That video went
electric
viral.
shock and fall back. Dude, I
Oh.
laughed so hard when I saw that.
And then the nose came off, which made it more funnier.
Dude, I was dying inside because everyone's like, you know, you can hear in the back.
Everyone who was there in person, they must have been shocked. Meanwhile, I'm here laughing my ass off.
Oh, I was dying inside. I was dying laughing. Oh my god.
That's probably one of the funniest fails. But I think Disney, even made fun of it, if I'm not mistaken, for a little bit. Did they?
I
know Deadpool would. Deadpool would actually. Make
I
fun
was
of
going to
that.
say, yeah, Deadpool would probably. Oh my gosh, he'd go to town on that one.
Oh my god. I'm surprised.
And
Ryan,
then he's like, he does the snowman joke and just falls on the ground.
hey, I love it. I'm surprised Ryan Reynolds hasn't put the suit back on and just done that as a meme. You imagine?
Oh, I know.
Oh my god.
I know. Wait till Deadpool crushes the party at the Parks panel again and does it.
Oh, dude, that would be hilarious. Because I tell you what, the scenes and clips I saw, because George and OG were there, the scenes I saw, like the little clips on social media, and Deadpool acting like a 5-year-old on stage, crying about getting his own attraction or something. Dude, I was literally laughing so hard. My roommate came over. He's like, "Are you okay?" Because I lived with a roommate, and he knocked on my door. He's like, "Are you okay, man?" All I hear is laughing and like silence. I'm like, "I'm fine. I'm just laughing at something really, really, really funny." So,
yeah. And then back to my predictions again. Started to get off track. No pun intended though. Please, no pun intended for that part. But I'm moving on. So I want to talk about Avengers Campus. So I think this one we're gonna get our opening month and year, which is probably next year.
Yeah, they said it was going to open sometime next year. I'm willing, honestly. By now, not only should we get the month, we should get the date. We should get the exact. Because we've been waiting on this since 2019.
Yeah. I will say this, Dragon Blood. I'm going to keep this extremely short. I think with the Doomsday trailer, or just Doomsday, once that movie comes out, because it's going to come out obviously before the new rides open at Avengers Campus, I would like to see Doctor Doom as a meet and greet. Like, go ahead.
That would be pretty cool for a limited time meet and greet at Avengers Campus. That would be pretty sick. Imagine that one day he just comes in, Robert Downey Jr. comes in, and he pulls off the mask.
Oh, dude. People actually, it's funny you mentioned that because Tom Holland did that with Spider-Man.
Yeah, he actually did. I saw that. I don't know. How long ago was that?
RDJ did that for the grand opening, but he didn't take his mask off. So little did people know
it was him.
It was him until the day was actually done. And he comes on and says, like, that was me the whole entire time.
You imagine, seriously, because I think Mark Hamill actually did that on Hollywood Boulevard in front of the Grauman's Chinese.
He did. I saw that. I saw that.
That's so hilarious.
Yeah. And then, I'd say we get our opening dates for Avengers Campus expansion with both Starflight Lab and Avengers Infinity Defense. Avengers Infinity Defense, I am not underestimating that attraction at all. I know people say it's going to be screens, that's it, it's going to suck and stuff. I'm like, are you really sure? After what I've been told from Drew's video and stuff, and the fact he's been to a leadership meeting and they're talking all about it compared to Rise of the Resistance, I'm like,
hey, you know what? I'm going to tell you this. Because I know Disney can pull it off if they put their mind to it, because we saw it with Rise of the Resistance. If they could build a ride like that for the Avengers e-ticket, I am perfectly fine with that, because you have the mixture of screen and practical set.
And that's what they even said. That's what they even confirmed too, actually, as a fact. But I can't wait for it, man. I love to go their opening day for that ride. I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, you'll catch me and George outside security at freaking 2 a.m. for that. Maybe even
Mhm.
Try to sneak
might-
in and get on the ride.
Hey,
Sneak in.
I might even be eating a plate of spaghetti and meatballs next to a real Italiano at that point.
Yeah, we'll
Aw,
just
dude.
we'll just have our dinner right there. We'll just sit on the cement with like paper plates, and we'll just
Can you
eat there.
imagine?
And have your Starbucks coffee ready too, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because
How many
when that day
rounds?
comes, the DCA reservations are going to go quickly.
Oh, it's going to
Yeah. Lightning Lane's gonna be sold out for that ride for a fact.
be. No,
I honestly wouldn't even put it past that they're going to put it on virtual queue.
virtual.
They
queue-
might do that probably. I hope they don't though. Please,
Dude,
please, please.
I don't want it either, but I agree with George. They probably will, because they probably won't have Lightning Lane open. Because I don't think when Mickey and Minnie's like officially opened, I don't think it had Lightning Lane. I think it went on virtual queue.
That's what I think it did go. I think all the rides after the pandemic all the new stuff went on virtual queue after the pandemic.
And it's a nightmare, Dragon. Oh my god, it's such a nightmare.
Hey, I got that experience with D23. I don't want to see what that's like for the parks.
No, you don't, because we did like it was really cool. George and I did, we got up close and personal with photos. But we did it for the DCA 25th anniversary for the Magic Key event,
Mhm.
and that went on virtual queue, and that was a little bit of a nightmare. So
Yeah.
we
I
know-
don't want to see what virtual queue is like for the parks because I'm actually kind of scared of that PTSD from D23
Because-
tickets.
See, that's the thing. Again, if someone is willing that they would rather stand in line for 3 hours, then let them stand in line for 3 hours.
exactly.
Where with a virtual queue, you're not even guaranteed if you're going to even get a slot.
No, you're not, and that's the problem. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
either.
Especially for a big e-ticket that come to DCA like Avengers. Yeah, you got to pull off the slots correctly because everyone's anticipating this thing. It's supposed to be, I think, could be a big deal even before if Avatar happens to Hollywood backlot supposedly. And now the fact we're talking about that now, which I'm moving my segue into before Coco, I should say. Before we move into that and talking Avatar. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I kind of see why it's taking so long. Maybe they're switching plans up to do Zootopia for Hollywood backlot. I could probably see there's a connection, I guess. That's probably why the story's unfolding right now.
Well, okay, so my speculation on that, and I agree with George now after he said it and thinking about it a little bit. Disney doesn't want to spoil anything for D23, but I've told George, I've told many others that I've been on their videos and their channels, and they've come on my channel. I said the one simple thing Disney can do to ease the tension online between all these different sources and all that would literally just put a post out on social media, said, hey, we want to quash the news. Avatar is 100% going in the Hollywood backlot. Further detail, I know, right? 100% in the backlot. Details will be coming at D23. Stay tuned. If they put a post out like that, that squashes all the confusion. Why they won't do something as simple as that, I don't get it. I honestly do not get it.
I think it's because that would be the expectation that we are going to get something. It's almost like Disney wants us to be in the unknown. Like walking into the Honda Center, they don't want us to have any confirmed speculation of what is to be.
But see, hand to God though, they already announced Avatar. It's not like they're announcing something new. They're just squashing the rumor that they won't clarify on. But
see, and that makes me wonder, is there really something that's going to be talked about? Because if it really isn't true, then yeah, Disney could just come right out and say, no, Avatar is going there for sure. Why?
Yeah, we're not putting a talking fox and talking buddy in the Hollywood backlot. Sorry, guys.
Why keep it a secret? So I wonder if there is really something there.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
Zootopia, I think, in my opinion, would be a great transition for one Investor Street compared to Avatar. I personally want Avatar to come to the Hollywood Backlot, or I want Avatar to happen in general for Disneyland Resort. I
See,
still got
that's
the
my
visit.
thing. I want Avatar there. I just don't want it in Hollywood.
See, okay, this is something I want to bring up because actually OG brought this up. Many others have brought this up. What if their issue is that if they put Avatar in the Simba parking lot, which me and George want, because they would have a bigger space, bigger footprint to really make the land amazing, like top tier amazing. The problem is that the Simba parking lot, a lot of that parking lot is surrounded by housing. And what if whatever they build in that parking lot, which would be an extension of DCA, might close earlier than DCA itself? That's why they don't want to put Avatar back there, because then they would have the same problem they're dealing with Animal Kingdom and their version of Avatar, where you can't even really experience Avatar at night because the park closes early. You know, what if the two are connected in that sense?
I mean, that would make sense, but then wouldn't you say that with anything that you put in the Simba
Yeah,
lot?
that's true.
That is true.
And I thought that Disney confirmed with the city of Anaheim that there would be soundproof, like a soundproof perimeter around that area that would block off any potential noise.
You would honestly think, and if that's the case, hey, by all means, build Avatar in the Simba parking lot. But like many people have pointed out to me as well, they're like, well, they would have to redraw plans and all that. I'm like, you know what? So what? They have to redraw plans. You know how many people have told me that went to D23 back in 2024, including you guys and all that, and have all told me that the scale model that they had on the showroom floor looked incomplete anyway.
Yeah, that model was a little bit of a joke. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
what I mean. It's like, were they even officially ready to put a shovel in the ground? No. We're talking about.
They're still not.
We're talking like years later on.
That's what I mean. And they announced the Eastern Gateway project back in what, late 2022, early 2023, and
I still don't know what's taking that so long.
Yeah, and they still haven't put a shovel in the ground, and that's cast member parking. It's like, what the hell are you guys doing? It drives me nuts. It's like, and then people tell me all the time, oh well, they want to sprawl out the financial quarter budgets and all. I'm like, for God's sakes, if you want to do that, hey,
I think those are the people telling you they should just be that people tell me telling, oh, we'll get it right off. Those are the people that are completely impatient about waiting. Meanwhile, I waited 7 years for Tron, which I don't care if it took that long. I knew it was still coming regardless.
Well, see, the problem I have with is when a company like Disney and even Universal's not getting out of this scot-free. When either company announces something for the park and it takes them years and years and years and years to build it, and I'm talking about projects that are not in guest areas, that's where I have a problem. Meanwhile, you're increasing prices for Magic Keys, food, merch, parking, extra amenities, the hotels on property. You're increasing all these prices at a rate that we've never seen before, because every single year they increase the prices. Let's not deny that.
Yeah.
The last price increase was very significant.
Exactly. That's what I mean. And what did we have to show for it besides a kind of half-luster Disneyland 70th celebration, an after dark event that didn't even make sense about the 70th, and we had Tortilla Joe's ripped to the ground, no movement on that. We had what we had oh my god, the one of the new restaurants open in downtown Disney, come on, the one next to the ESPN zone.
Is that what was it? Was it the Gordon Ramsay thing?
Was it Park something?
Well, you got Parsai Market, but the Asian one.
Oh,
Din Tai Fung.
Yeah, Din Tai Fung. So my problem is you sit there and you increase prices for 2 restaurants. It's like, okay, what in the park did you give us that's
See,
new?
I think for me, I
I'm
can
sorry.
understand like the food and the merch a little bit because that way they can get the funds
Sure.
back in return as they are spending to build this stuff.
Oh, sure.
Mhm.
Where I do agree with you is the Magic Keys, as you said, the prices go up for annual passes each year, but that amount should not have gone up that high
No.
until those projects were complete. Because
100%.
now, when those projects are done, what is going to be that turnaround price?
Exactly. And one of the things I'm looking at as well, when you have when you have projects that were announced at D23 2024, okay, there was stuff announced for Disneyland, there was stuff announced for Walt Disney World. But here's the comparison. Where are we at with construction right now? The only thing we're seeing at the Disneyland Resort in both new things that are coming are backstage areas, so nothing to do with guest areas at all, is the 2 Avengers rides and Coco. But when you look at Walt Disney World, you got a lot of projects happening. You have Cars Land, you have the Villains Land in early development, you have Tropical Americas, you have the Monstropolis, you have all this stuff happening. You have new hotels going up. You have all this insane stuff. But yet we're talking about, a parking garage or structure that was announced almost 4 years ago, and we can't even get movement on that. And then Disney's excuse, or at least the excuse that they want us all to believe, is, oh, well, we can't rip out Monsters Inc., so we're going to delay it a year before we close it because we're waiting on the Eastern Gateway project. It's like, you guys announced that several years ago and you could have had it done by now, but yet you still haven't put a shovel on the ground. So you're going to tell me you're going to delay projects because of a parking structure you could have started 3 years ago or 2 years ago or whatever?
And that's what's delaying those projects is because of the Eastern Gateway being.
That's what I mean.
I know that they're saying it's not delayed, but I'm sorry.
Do you think the I do have a theory. Do you think the Eastern Gateway is just because of the city of Anaheim? Is there some like involvement into that? Probably.
I think there's a lot of red and yellow tape with that. Even though that the city of Anaheim greenlit them, that would have to be the only reason why. There was probably still a lot of paperwork Disney had to go through with the filings and the permits and everything. They had to, because there was no way it should take this long for a parking structure.
No, it shouldn't. It honestly should, and that's what drives me crazy. So one of the things, just to kind of button it up on my side, is I would like to see Disney in the near future bring new experiences, announce things when they're ready. Don't announce things prematurely and wait years to even put shovels in the ground. I don't care for that. Now, 2 years, that's fine. I'm okay with that, because we're seeing movement at Walt Disney World. We're seeing movement on the Avengers campus. We're seeing movement on Coco. But don't announce things if you're not ready to move forward.
And I think, Disney is notorious for doing that. I think they got better at that. I think the only reason the case for Avatar, and I said it before, I'll say it again, and I will stand by it. Iger made that comment during the shareholders meeting.
Yeah.
When I don't even think they were planning on putting Avatar in.
No, they just said that and just get someone to do a concept art and call it a day. And
that's what it was. So literally, in a sense, they are on track with Avatar for the time that they started it. For us,
but they announced it way too early.
Yeah. And the only reason why Iger did that was because it was his first shareholders meeting back since they fired Chapek, and he had to get people back in his good graces and get them to trust him, trust the company again. And what did he say? Oh yeah, by the way, we're building Avatar at the time. He just said the Disneyland Resort. He didn't say specifically where it was going because they didn't have no plans where it was going. And then after the phone call hung up, he probably turned to Josh and said, "Get a team together. We got to make Avatar happen somewhere, somehow, some way in the Disneyland Resort." Because it's weird how that is the only project that has not yet moved a stitch of dirt.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
I hope we do get some clarification of what's going on at D23 just to calm everything down because everything's a ruckus for that thing right now.
Yeah.
They
have to give us some sort of clarification.
Like, you could go on Twitter and make a tweet saying, "Oh, where's Avatar?" And you get a whole bunch. You get a World War III in the comments.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, Dragonblood, and I've told George this, but I'll repeat it: is if we don't hear anything at D23 for Avatar, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's dead in the water. And what I think is gonna go down is if they don't say anything, literally days after the event's over with, they're gonna go online, post some random statement saying, "We're scrapping Avatar for the Hollywood backlot. We're building Zootopia." Because I don't, and please, everybody watching this, take this with a grain of salt. And I don't mean this disrespectfully, but I'm going to speak my mind. I don't think they have the balls to sit there and get on stage, stand in front of 18,000 fans at the Honda Center and say, "Nope, we screwed up. We're not building Avatar. We're going to build Zootopia." They don't.
Well, I agree with you because they did it with the Rivers of America. Here's what I think.
Yeah, I remember when all that happened.
Conductor, I agree with your theory. I'm going to make one little tweak of a change.
Sure.
If that is the case, they will make the announcement of Zootopia, but they won't say it where it's going until that Monday.
Yep.
So yeah, you're right. If they don't mention nothing of Avatar, but they mention Zootopia, but they don't say where it's going, yeah, by that Monday or Tuesday, boom, it's going to be all over social media. Disney confirms Zootopia.
And I'm probably gonna be in Disneyland Park when they announce that post. I'm gonna look at my phone after I get off on Rise of the Resistance. Like, oh, Zootopia's going to DCA in the Hollywoodland? Cool, okay.
I could just imagine the YouTube videos from all of our fellow content creators that's going to come out. There's going to be so much backlash. And I mean backlash because they're going to call Disney out every which way and say
Grifters are going to have a field day. Trust me, Grifters are going to have a field day.
It might as well be renamed Grifter Day.
G Day. G Day.
It's like, look out, we're going to see an IP war.
100%. Guaranteed.
You're going to see all these AI generated thumbnails all over YouTube.
Oh, I guarantee it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm calling it.
But anyway, moving on to Coco. And that I think for this one, since we actually got movement going on finally, thanks to Fresh Baked. He's always out there. Shout out to that dude. He's doing amazing stuff.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
They're beginning Coco. So what are you guys' thoughts on that?
How big do you think this attraction is going to be? Because I mean, there's room back there, but I mean, it's not a whole lot of breathing.
No, it's not. So from the pictures I've seen from David from Fresh Baked, I will tell you, when you look at it from the Pixar Place Hotel, where he usually kind of takes some footage at the beginning of his videos, I will tell you probably that third building closest to Disneyland Drive, that building is probably going to be annexed, but the other two are probably going to stay if I had to guess. It's going to be that parade building and then the other one that deals with the, individual vending carts that you see at DCA. Those two buildings probably will stay, unfortunately, but that third building off to the very far right, closest to the street, will go away. And I think the building, I think if they get rid of that, they probably will have just enough room to build an attraction like the Shanghai Pirates and like the Pirates we have here at Disneyland. I just hope if they do get rid of that third building, they push the show building as far back as they can to leave enough room where you can still get backstage if you need to in that area, but push it as far back as possible to kind of build like a grand entryway into that area, and maybe have like a quick service location, a gift shop, and maybe, and this is a maybe, a sit down restaurant to kind of give that Mexican type Hispanic, feel of a village. I think they could pull it off. I think they could. That's my
They're going to have to do something with the I'm going to call it the walking path. Like when you go through, and they do something either with like Boardwalk Pizza or something. They're going to have to do something with that to encompass more length of Coco, rather than it just you walk behind a wall and boom, you walk through the door, there's the attraction.
Let me ask you guys this, and then I'll shut up for a little bit because I feel like I keep talking.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
What if for the?
I mean, you are, but you're fine.
I hate that you're brutally honest. I'm just kidding. What if for the Coco building, since it's going to be a multi-story, what if they take a concept like Pirates at Disneyland?
Oh, that's what I said. That's what I'm thinking.
Like have the Pirates ride, but then have like a Blue Bayou restaurant, but it's Coco.
That'd be pretty sick.
That'd be dope.
I'm not gonna lie, that'd be
awesome.
You better get your reservations months in early, guys.
And I really, yeah, that's true.
Blue Bayou,
it's so hard. It's so hard to get a reservation at Blue Bayou. Can you imagine that one?
Oh my gosh, probably even worse since it's brand new.
But actually, you know what you just described, honestly, is the Mexican Pavilion at Epcot.
Yeah,
because inside that building is the
Grand Fiesta Tour, right?
The Grand Fiesta Tour, and there's also
that restaurant.
a sit-down restaurant. Yeah.
See, Disney's already been proven they could do that, so that would actually save space in that area where they're building Coco,
and it adds another sit-down restaurant.
That it adds another.
And you can probably hopefully get rid of that congestion nightmare that happens in Pixar up here anyway.
Yes, and on top of that, you can have like a little village to walk through before you get to the attraction and the restaurant. So I love that idea.
And in the future, if they need any extra room, like all those houses behind it, they don't call it a 90-day eviction notice for nothing.
Oh God, here we go. Oh God. Hashtag George the Demolition.
Give him the forklift permits and everything. He'll do it.
Oh dear God.
I so would. I would have like either one of you like driving the bulldozer. I'll be sitting like right on top of that wrecking ball. Like I just pull that lever and like boom.
You would. Oh my God.
That's great.
But back to sorry to interrupt. Back to Avatar real quick. If they say that following Monday that Zootopia does replace Avatar for Hollywood Backlot, I hope there's a compromise like we did with Monsters Inc. and the Muppets, where where they when they announced Mistropoulos coming in the Muppets Courtyard, they announced Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets. Correct. What if they do something like that and they do it and announce Avatar could go to Simba?
See, that would be the other thing. See, if they're going to, if that is the route that they take and they say, okay, Avatar's not going to go here, Zootopia is going in there or what have you, then yeah, they would have to fill that wound quickly by saying where Avatar is going to go. Because they can't say Avatar is not going to go anywhere. They have to put it.
They did say DCA 2 years ago, and they meant it. I know for a fact.
So far down the gutter at this point.
Oh my God! You imagine the chaos that would happen at the Honda Center if that happened.
Dude, people throw their bags and stuff. It would be crazy.
I'd be ready for a fight.
I don't know if I ever heard 18,000 people booing at the same time
You
I
But-
don't.
remember what happened. I think it was one day D23. Everyone just booed at JPEG or something like that.
I remember that.
There
'Cause
was,
someone
there
live-streamed
was. I remember that. It was. Oh
Someone
my god!
live-streamed
What
it.
presentation was it? Oh my god! Like he came out on stage, and
Oh,
oh my god! Like it was.
It was
I
not
felt
good.
bad for the guy. I really did, because I didn't boo him as much as I don't really care of how he ran things, but like oh my god, when people started booing, I thought, oh my god, like
That's horrible.
If we had those sound effects, apologize for. I forgot that audio of that OG had.
Oh my god. Oh,
You
I think I
checked it.
know. I think I know which one. Oh god, that's horrible.
Apologize for not being the ally you needed me to be.
Oh god, it's
oh yeah, that was his yeah, and that was for one of his interviews. He said that.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I hope something. I do not want to see that at Honda Center because, dude, I think that would go on. I think that actually go to the point of get on the news.
Oh, it's gonna be ugly. And I'm telling you right now, me and George probably won't sleep that night because we'll be doing a live.
Uh,
How I
I
survived
remember-
this epic battle in the Honda Center.
Oh my god, I remember coming out of 2024 E23 that OG and we literally I think that's why we even left a little early on Sunday, because like the next 3 days, because that night we did record, and then Sunday after the last day we recorded, and then we're thinking, okay, we got the 2 days in, and then here comes Monday where Disney drops, oh, by the way, Cars is going into the rivers of America. And I'm like, okay, well, we got to do more. And it was like, yeah, I could definitely see that happening. We're not getting sleep anytime
No.
during that time. I guarantee
Oh
you.
my gosh.
No.
You
There-
might as well start World War III in there, guys.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be very interesting. I think. I honestly think they're not going to they're not going to announce something big like that. I think
Yeah,
they love the failsafe of announcing damning news days after the event where they don't have to face down 18,000 fans. And
That's
dude.
yeah. So if I expect there's going to be news after the weekend, for sure.
Yeah.
News that they don't want to say on stage in front of 18,000 people.
Nope, absolutely not.
Oh my gosh. And then where were we actually? I started to get back
It was
on
right
track.
after we were just finished up Coco.
Yeah.
Was there
Well,
anything else?
Predictions wise for me, I was thinking maybe we get more stuff about what's going on with the Demolition and Tortilla Joe's with the barbecue joint. You know, I want to see some downtown Disney news. I think we'll get a Disney Parks blog anyway, regardless. But
Yeah,
I'm
I
also, and then international parks, like you were talking about, like other gates and stuff with Zach and stuff, like Abu Dhabi and stuff. Abu Dhabi of current world events. I don't know if they want to mention that name or not.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll have to
God.
wait and see on that one.
And then,
Oh.
yeah, I don't want to go. I don't want to go into that because it's not going to turn into a good conversation whatsoever.
No, it's not. And I'm trying to behave myself, so no, I'm good. I will.
Yeah.
I will say though, they did announce the Disney Believe, so we'll definitely get details on that.
Disney
And,
Cruise Line for sure.
They'll probably announce one more ship at D23.
Yeah, and you're
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
announcing saying it could be. I was thinking of it of Hope though. That's a good name.
I like.
Yeah,
Hope.
because if you go back and you watch the Disney Believe little spiel, the little reel that Disney made, they mentioned all the ships' names, but one of those words in there when they were talking about it was Hope, and I'm thinking, but Hope's not one of the ships, so is that an Easter egg for the next ship to be announced? So yeah, I agree with you. I think we're going to get another new ship name, and then the Believe is set to set sail next year. So by the time August comes, they have to give us pretty much all the info
Yeah.
on Believe. They're going to have to.
Yep. Because our This is our plan, Dragon Blood. I don't know if George has mentioned anything to you, but me and him are going to try, if they announce the Believe for the main voyage in Florida, to be sometime next summer. We are going to try to plan our cruise around that and go on that
That'd be
main
nice.
voyage.
Yeah.
That'd be
Oh my
great.
God, wouldn't it be awesome? I doubt it, but I'm just saying if they said that the maiden voyage was actually on your birthday.
That would be,
Bro,
dude, that would be magical, dude. I'd be.
you gotta do it for birthday gift. You have to do it for birthday gift.
Oh, 100%. We're doing it regardless. I told George, I'm like, you know what? You're a veteran on the cruise line. I'm surprised you don't even. I'm surprised he doesn't work on the bridge as the ship's sailing. Because
Well, did you guys know I almost did work for Disney Cruise Line?
Oh,
No.
you did?
I was this close.
Really?
I was this close, and I'll never forget. I was going back and forth on the emails with the recruiter, and I had like every single thing down checked off for the qualifications, except I needed to have 5+ more years in working in like a camp setting, which I never did.
Camp
and
setting?
She said, I am so very sorry to tell you this, but I can't move forward with your application. And she said, by that only. And I was
Oh, no.
man,
damn,
dude.
this
Camp
close.
experience? What the heck?
Yeah.
That's kind of okay. Yeah, that's kind of weird.
that sucks.
Yeah.
That does suck.
Well, because I was going to be a youth counselor. So,
nice.
So I said, I work in the public school system. And she said, unfortunately, it's kind of not the same. I'm like, if you worked
How
with
is
kids,
that not the
if
same?
you worked with kids, it's all one and the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Oh man. And then predictions: Hong Kong, they may announce a second gate, maybe, if they want to announce a second
Shanghai
gate. Hong
for
Kong.
sure.
Oh yeah, Shanghai 100% because 10th anniversary is coming up. What better way to do that? I think China's going to get that announcement first before we do, in my opinion. So
I think honestly, June 16th, I think they're going to make the announcement.
Yeah, but we won't know it until D23, so they may keep it behind wraps for
Or
for
what
a
they'll
while.
do is June 16th, because that's the actual 10-year anniversary. They may make the announcement, but we won't get the details until
yeah.
D23.
Because the locals over there are going to probably get all the details anyway, regardless.
Yeah. So what's your take on a possible third gate for Tokyo? People are talking about
this is
Tokyo
actually
Disney
this
Sky.
one has me talking because because you could do Tron, you could do Star Wars. Heck, better yet, if you want to do PG-13 related R-rated stuff, Alien and Predator.
Or I got one because I know for a
Star
fact
Wars.
Tokyo will use it because Tokyo doesn't care. You know what would fit Tokyo Disney Sky?
What?
Treasure Planet.
Oh yeah.
Do a Treasure Planet.
Yeah, because I would say Disney Sky, do Star Wars, do Tron, maybe do some Marvel, like maybe Thor, perhaps. That'd be pretty cool.
Or
Asgard. Yeah, you could do Asgard.
Or maybe Guardians. I don't know if you do Guardians a third time after Epcot at DC. I think you do someone like Captain Marvel or Thor. Maybe what else? Yeah, Treasure Planets.
I'm actually kind of glad they didn't retheme the Hollywood Tower of Terror and Hollywood Studios to Guardians, because that was a growing rumor when ours opened.
I remember hearing all those rumors a long time ago.
I am so glad that they didn't, because honestly, Tower of Terror belongs on Sunset Boulevard down in Hollywood Studios.
I think Twilight Zone Tower of Terror I think that's a permanent staple in my opinion to Hollywood Studios, regardless how old it is.
Yeah, they better not touch that. Otherwise, I'm going to City Hall. Like, they can't.
Yeah. Yeah, there'll be the backlash will be over the roof for that.
Yeah.
It's a landmark too.
Now, what about a third gate for Paris? Because wasn't there is land set aside for a third gate for Paris. And they said that the French government is giving Disney up to 2036. They have to make a decision. Otherwise, they lose that land, and it can go towards other businesses. So I don't know if they'll make that announcement now, but do you think they would announce it in 2028 or 2030?
I would say, I think if you want to do it sooner, I'd say 2030. If you want to tease that, to do 2028, 100%. Like,
Yeah.
hey, there's a new adventure coming in Paris. Stay tuned.
Because I think honestly, the third gate in Paris is going to be part of the second half of the 60 billion.
Yeah,
Maybe.
probably.
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of out of that ladder too, in my opinion, but we'll see.
Well, I think 2030 would. So
Oh no, you're right. You're right because 2031 would end. 2031 ends the 10-year, right?
Yeah. So I think
2035, right? No,
I'm sorry,
because-
2035. 2030. Okay, so they had till 2036. So
Okay.
yeah.
So they make that announcement in 2028 at that D23. They start construction either in 29 or 30, and they have it completed by 35 or 36 or 34, depending on their methods of building out there, because each location is different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think
So-
Paris goes pretty quick.
Yeah, I thought so.
Because World of Frozen opened up so quick over there.
It did, and they're already building the Lion King attraction. They're not screwing around. So
And we have yet to know what the third expansion is for Adventure Bay, so that we may get an announcement at that wherever that third expansion
Oh,
is.
that's right. That's right. There is another set because it was Frozen, the Lion
King. And then there's rumors about Avatar perhaps going over to Adventure Bay.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's interesting.
Because Drew was talking. It was a while back. There's some like water pumps that said the word Navi on it, and I'm like, Avatar?
Oh, that's
It's
interesting.
possible. I mean, it's hard to even tell when we're even going to get over at DCA, and they're going to throw in another one in Paris. So it's like,
Yeah.
Well, at
imagine
least Paris
imagine
is
they
in
make the
Lion
announcement. Oh, we're just gonna move it to Paris instead. Imagine they.
oh
pull
my
that
god,
announcement off.
can you imagine that one?
They're not announcing that at the Honda.
Oh my god, if they were to say we're keeping Avatar, but sorry folks, it's not going into DCA. We are moving it over to Disney Adventure World in Paris, but we're putting in Zootopia. Can you freaking imagine? Can you?
I will literally call off work if I hear anything like that, or tell my bosses, you know what? I have an emergency. I need to leave now, and I will floor it. I will floor my gas pedal on my car.
I would be blowing up your phone. I'd be like, dude, you got to get your ass home.
I will do a live with George. I will still be in my work clothes, and I will rush to my room, turn my computer on, and we're doing a live stream. I'm not even kidding.
Oh my god.
Not even kidding.
That must be back when they announced the Disney characters and Pixar characters for Small World when all that crap happened.
Oh, dude, I remember that. That
Yeah.
was ridiculous.
Dude, if they do that.
We've had some. We've had some doozies. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wow.
Dude, if they do that as a compromise, yeah. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to say.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Now, since all the stuff that we've been talking about leading up to this, I'm going to share my screen because this is something that Dragonblood has been working on himself. And Dragonblood, if you want to elaborate of what we are looking at. Now, I will zoom in like wherever you need me to, but just overall, what are we looking at?
So we're looking at some like armchair imaginary map I created a couple days ago. Pretty much like it tells me like what I would like to see for like kind of like what I would do for a Disney park and stuff, like changes and stuff. Maybe even potential predictions of what they could announce and whatnot. Just a bunch of cool stuff.
Nice. Okay, so what are the color codes? Because you have like
So
gold.
purple is the brand new stuff. Orange or dark yellow is like reimaginings and stuff, and then blue is current stuff.
Okay.
So Disneyland more so you have a lot of blue, so which is understanding because I would keep a lot. I'm going to see if I can see
Because I actually cloned a lot of stuff from cloned a decent amount of stuff from Tokyo.
Mm.
Because because I brought in the Rapunzel ride from Tokyo. I'm bringing that new Wreck-It Ralph attraction that's opening up next year, replacing Buzz. I'm bringing People Mover back because I want to.
Thank God.
I brought the Pooh's Honey Hunt ride from Tokyo too to replace Mini Adventures over there. I think the Florida one's better than the one in Cali.
And then what's this?
That is the third attraction for Galaxy's Edge. The third attraction that we were supposed to get.
The Bantha attraction.
Oh, the Bantha. Gotcha. And then I see down here. This is the Pooh's Honey Hunt.
Yeah, and actually did a reimagining the Tom Sawyer Island stuff, which would actually include the new Dragon animatronic from Fantasmic. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
That would involve that, including new enhancements for Tom Sawyer Island stuff. Because I think if from some of Fresh Baked, Tom Sawyer Island doesn't look so rugged right now.
Oh, almost every single effect is broken, and they
That's
refuse
crazy.
to touch it.
And then Galaxy's Edge, the Small Purple's a new sit-down restaurant, and then actually added a coaster similar to Cosmic Rewind as an expansion of Galaxy's Edge.
That'd be dope, dude. You imagine?
Yeah, and actually, I would actually have the theme of Hyperspace Mountain, so that way you don't have to overlay Space Mountain for Star Wars anymore. You have all Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, like you said.
I like that. You know what would be cool on that? And I love that you came up with that concept, like a Hyperspace Mountain, like a Cosmic Rewind. But you have the best of both worlds in Galaxy's Edge. You have the new kind of Star Wars with Rise of the Resistance, but then you have the old school based off the original trilogy with this coaster. That would be dope.
Yes,
dude.
That'd be sick. I'm not gonna lie.
And I could
Tomorrowland's a bunch of purple.
And I was just gonna say I could see basically Tomorrowland you have completely reimagined.
Yeah, because I did Fantastic Four as a Star Tours replacement, which I kind of actually had the plot from the first steps where you go against Galactus and you're in this car and stuff trying to get him, just trying to take him down. That'd be pretty cool. And then Wreck-It Ralph, the same attraction from Tokyo, because I think that one's gonna be a banger. And
I think, especially if it's coming from Tokyo, I'm for sure the tech is going to be.
Because I don't see like I don't know why I don't see Disneyland keeping Buzz around, especially after Walt Disney World reimagined theirs. So the Buzz at Disneyland's probably not going to stick around much longer.
It's possible. I don't know unless they decide to do their
unless they want to do the same thing Orlando did, then I'm cool with that. And then I actually brought in the People Mover back, so it's the same. I actually reimagined the People Mover track to actually replicate the OG, the OG People Mover, the vehicles and stuff. I'd bring that back, but more of like in a kind of a futuristic, like Tron-esque way, but not like pure Tron. It's like Test Track 2.0, because oh my goodness, because that went over
cool.
And then Stitch Parking Lot, Moana, World of Frozen. Why not? That'd be so down for that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, you could do as you had mentioned earlier, like the Moana, boat ride that they showed, with the Wayfinder, that would utilize the Shanghai Pirates or the Avatar boat ride. Supposedly, that's coming.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, and then Tomorrowland also did bring up. I bring back to Tomorrowland Theater because I don't understand why that's vacant. I don't understand.
No, I don't get it either. It's something they can easily retrofit and bring back online. Why they won't do it, I don't know. Because you're literally talking about replacing the seats in there, making them brand new, and replacing a projector. How in the hell is that difficult?
And you're adding 4DFX and stuff as well, which you can also retrofit because that's stuff to do. Because local movie theaters are doing that 4DX movie format, which I always go to.
Exactly.
And then Tomorrowland again. I brought back the Carousel of Progress. I don't want Star Wars Launch Bay or that DVC Lounge. I don't want that.
I know.
And then actually did expand Tomorrowland with the Tron attraction, but it's not the Tron Last Circle Run. It's more of like an E-Ticket Dark Ride Tron attraction. I have it based off the classic and the third movie. I don't want it based off Legacy because that's what Walt Disney World has.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't like the third movie, but I personally enjoyed it in my opinion. I know it's not the best Tron movie out there, but I know there's so much backlash around that one.
I like the soundtrack.
The soundtrack's amazing. I love the soundtrack.
Yeah. All right, so then I moved over to DCA. So I see we'll start over from the top right.
Yeah, we're talking with the Z word. Yeah.
Yep.
So I decided to put Zootopia there because the rumors could be true, they could be not. So I went to go ahead and put Zootopia there. It's the same route from Shanghai, so you begin that trackless ride, and then what else? I actually did reimagine the Hyperion, so you don't have that blue facade anymore. I have it more based off the Disney concert hall from Los Angeles, actually, which would kind of fit in the Holly, kind of like have good fit in towards like Avengers Campus and stuff, which would be pretty cool.
Okay, so Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, in the Animation Academy building, because I'd bring that. It actually wouldn't be the ride from Hong Kong. It'd be something like Star Tours, it'd be Ant-Man the Wasp, of course, which would be pretty cool.
That'd be cool.
Okay, and then
fourth attraction.
And then of course you have the Stark Flight Lab and Infinity Defense that we're getting.
Yeah.
And then the Coco Boat Ride that's going.
Yeah,
back.
because I actually thought about demolishing all three buildings. I know people are gonna be upset about parades going, but like, how many second gates gonna even have parades nowadays?
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, that is true. Like, I'm very curious to see what is to become of like the parade floats and how they're going to, because with all the construction and everything, I don't even know how they're going to run a parade line anyway for the time being.
Oogie Boogie Bash, I'm surprised they're still running and putting a DCA with all this construction. I'm actually surprised by that.
I was surprised too. I thought for sure Halloween was going to go over to Disneyland this year.
Yeah, crazy. And then I reimagined Grizzly River Run and permanently brought over California to Soarin', so that way around the world to me makes no sense for DCA with its theme.
I agree.
So
I mean, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say with Grizzly River Run 2.0, are you still keeping it a non-IP based attraction, or are you putting an IP to it?
I'm gonna keep the non-IP because I want to do something like with animatronic animals and stuff. Because I would love to see. I think animatronic animals and some like fresh enhancements would be pretty great. It's still a good ride though. I can't wait to do it to get wet.
Definitely.
I agree. I would keep it a non-IP hypothetically if Disney were to put in an IP just to keep it.
Country Bears, yeah.
I know people are going to disagree with me because I know they're so sick and tired of seeing more Pixar in
Hoppers.
I would put in Hoppers. Yeah.
Hoppers or Humphrey the Bear. I'm okay with either one.
I'm okay with that too. Absolutely.
Imagine they just do Up instead for Grizzly River Run. They do Up instead. That'd be so crazy. And then actually, I got ready for favorite ride, George. Goofy Sky School.
Of course.
Nice. What'd you put there?
Yeah, let's go.
More seating and more shading for pizza, boardwalk pizza and pasta. I put more seating and shade.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't see why they're keeping that ride around. I don't think I'm gonna do that ride. It looks too risky.
You know what's so funny? The last year or so, you can't get past an hour waiting for that ride.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know what? It was always like a walk on, and then all of a sudden it was like the floodgates opened with it.
It got a new life all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, but actually, to your idea, if you were going to add more seating and more shade, then what I would do is if you were going to remove that, connect it with all of this, and this could be the Mexican village.
That's true. Yeah.
Or get rid of the boardwalk pizza and pasta and just relocate it to the area of the Goofy Sky School and clear more of a way for a grand entryway in the Coco.
Oh, there you go. The old
that's not a bad choice either. Not a bad option either. That's definitely a cool idea in my opinion.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it for and then Simba parking lot's a huge one I want to talk about because I mentioned 3 specific, well actually 4 if you count Predator Alien, and once it's separate IPs, even though technically they're the same universe. But Avatar, if they compromised Avatar to put it in Simba, Predator and Alien. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, really quick. And you know what's so genius about your IP decision? They would run perfectly together. Avatar into Wakanda, Wakanda into Predator. It's like
a jungle theme.
Oh yeah, they all fit because me and George actually measured it out. I think it was what was it, George? That lot 448.
That's
448.
correct. That's 448 acres.
Yep.
What?
That parking lot.
And
'Cause-
Avatar's 11 acres at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
That's
Wow.
That's what I'm
Because-
saying. And then you're going to squeeze it into Hollywood land. It's like, why? You're already taking this much time delaying it. Why not just wait and do it right?
a
And
hundred-
It's like, as I said before, it's like sticking a size 10 foot into a size 5 shoe.
exactly.
It
And
rip apart.
exactly my point. And I think, in the next 10 to 15 years, I think the Pixar Place Hotel, as they start diving into the Simba parking lot, they will get rid of that hotel, because right now it almost looks like a hotel that has a theme connected to it, not the theme as actually the hotel. So it's almost like it has a layover. So
Mhm.
it seems very temporary, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'd say if you're gonna get rid of Pixar Place, I'd say get Eastern Gateway ready in the meantime before you do that.
Yep. And at least build one more hotel somewhere, which I honestly think, with the 40-year plan, the Toy Story parking lot is looking more and more likely to be the third gate. And I think where Garden Walk is, I think that's going to be the next Disney hotel. That's hopefully going to be like the Grand Californian in a way.
Mhm.
And I think eventually, not now, but eventually, the Angels are going to kind of opt out of their contract for Angel Stadium, eventually relocate. They're going to tear down that stadium, and they're going to move the Anaheim Convention Center, which I told George, and all the stuff surrounding the Anaheim Convention Center, relocate that to the Angel Stadium area. So you'll have OC Vibe, the Honda Center, the Anaheim Convention Center. You'll have all these new condos. You'll have all this new shopping and dining. Then you will have the gondola system they want to build. And then in the meantime, Disney will have a true third gate size property where they can probably revisit the idea of bringing Westcott back to the
Mhm.
drawing board. And
I know
really
George wants to.
building-
I know George wants to manifest that word right now for a D23 prediction. I know for a fact.
That is true. That is true.
So, but in baby steps, because they got 40 years to execute this. So,
Oh yeah, we got
And I
we got a
think
long
that's the
time.
common misconception that a lot of people are not understanding. They want all this stuff done, and it's
Yeah,
like,
they
okay,
all
well, if
want
they do it all
now.
now, what are they going to have left? It's like,
Yeah, what will you do afterwards? Like just do paint jobs and call it a day?
yeah,
that's
it's
how it
like
works.
they want it as a full resort, and I think eventually they'll get there, but it's not going to be on the scale of Walt Disney World. It'll
Not
never.
a chance.
No. And by the time they finish the 40 years of construction and updates, we'll probably have
I'll be collecting my Social Security checks.
me and George both 100%.
Oh, all of
on
us
that.
probably will.
But I'm gonna still go on those thrilling roller coasters, even if my doctor says no, you shouldn't do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I am too. I'd be like, just have a defibrillator waiting for me by the exit.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
And
my-
then actually, I did want to go over the alliance for Wakanda and Predator and Alien because I think
Yes.
they're pretty interesting. Because Wakanda, yeah, back to the map. I actually thought of you're actually in Wakanda. It actually has a California connection if you've seen the first Black Panther movie.
That yes, it does.
And that way that kind of fits into DCA. You kind of have like you're going to this like maybe you got a teleportation chamber. You go into Wakanda from DCA. That'd be pretty cool. Kind of like Cosmic Rewind,
that.
you know, where you teleport up into space.
I do like that a lot.
And then I think it was thinking of something similar with Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, but like you could just fly around Wakanda. You know, that'd be pretty cool. Which is actually another thing. You actually took inspiration from their first movie.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then-
as I said, I really like the transitioning between Avatar, Wakanda, and Predator, and Alien. As you said, Alien and Predator are kind of like in the same universe, so it kind of
Yeah, Alien's just distant future. They don't really mention Alien in like the Predator movies because they're like present day stuff.
yeah.
And
But
then,
yeah,
yeah,
I really see that working for sure.
and then Predator, of course, it'd be based off the new Predator movie, Predator Badlands, which you would be on this alien planet, just like Avatar. So you'd be on another alien planet. I don't know what-
Excellent movie, by the way, Predator Badlands.
It was a good movie.
Love that movie.
That was
Oh,
awesome.
dude, I think that was probably the best Predator installment I've ever since. I know a lot of people say a lot of crap about the second one, but I like the second one too.
Honestly, the trailer didn't do the movie justice. When I saw the trailer, I'm like, I don't think this is really my cup of tea. But Abby and I ended up going to see it, and it was like, wow, I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad one either.
Yeah.
I would actually have it based off the new movie, but I don't know what you do for an attraction though. Is a tough question though, because there's not a lot to go by for an attraction for that. We'll see though. And
I'll tell you this: you bring back Alien Encounter as one of the attractions.
not a bad choice. I actually came with the idea for an alien ride actually, because the Weyland Yutani Corporation. They actually had there was a concept during the Eisner era. They were going to bring Alien Ride to Magic Kingdom before Alien Encounter became Alien Encounter. But George Lucas and Imagineers said, "Nuh-uh, please don't do that, Eisner." And they didn't do that, and they did Alien Encounter instead. Which the concept was like you're supposed to join the Colonial Marines. You're supposed to go onto this remote ship in the air remote ship in space that's completely desolate, abandoned, but it's filled with the xenomorphs and stuff. And you have to shoot them down, and you have guns and stuff. It's really edgy stuff for Magic Kingdom, but I think it'd fit for DCA. I hope to see them bring that concept back. And you can even do great movie ride reference with the xenomorphs coming off the ceiling and stuff coming at you.
Good. You could, or just do a whole new Great Movie Ride 2.0 that incorporates the Fox and the 20th Century properties.
Just have Simpsons. I could have Simpsons Paradise at all. Trust me, that'd go great.
That'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
But if you want that in Florida, you got to relocate Runaway Railway to Magic Kingdom.
And I'm fine with that. Runaway Railway should have went when they had Mickey's Toontown Fair, and then they were going to do Pixie Hollow, and then that was a bust, and then that became Storybook Circus. They could have just stuck Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway back there because it kind of fits in, like right off the circus. They're going to the park, it would fit in. Like, yeah, they easily stuck Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway in Magic Kingdom. Like, I don't know. As I said, that's a whole nother conversation with me because you guys know how much that really like burns my britches. Literally and figuratively.
Yeah. Oh man, what else am I going to talk about? Oh, I want to talk Universal actually because I want to talk about. I can't wait to go to Universal Hollywood for the first time. So I want to know if there's any tips and tricks you could give me, theme park conductor.
Okay, so it's a small park, so you should be able to do everything. One thing I would recommend that none of the other Universal parks have is definitely do the studio tour. The studio tour is legendary. You never know what you're going to see on it. And who knows, you might see active filming. You might see actors and actresses walking the set. You might see all sorts of stuff. It's an awesome experience. Then on top of that, I would say the two attractions to ride is Secret Life of Pets and definitely ride Jurassic World, because there is a great possibility that Jurassic Park in Orlando is not getting rethemed to Jurassic World. So currently we are the only park that has a Jurassic World theme to it besides Beijing that has that Jurassic World adventure ride, which I want so badly, but probably not going to get it.
We all want it. One of my ideas for that, I was talking to OG back on members. It's a members only video, by the way, for my Armchair Imagineering for Universal Orlando. My ideas was to demolish River Adventure, Islands of Adventure, and put in that dark ride from Beijing.
Yeah, I was.
Because that's a good chunk of space.
It is. It's a big chunk of space. I'm not gonna lie about it. It's a huge chunk of space. But if they didn't do that,
And I hear the UK park's probably going to get it too.
yeah, there's a great possibility of that. Now, if they want to bring it to the domestic parks to kind of slap it in the face of Orlando, which they seem to get all the good shit.
Yeah.
Get rid of the Mummy and build it right there in Hollywood.
Yeah,
You have
true.
that whole lower lot corner of Jurassic World.
And I just right now, I just don't think they're going to get rid of the Mummy, especially with the Mummy 4 coming out. If it's
no.
Oh, I forgot they're making a part 4.
They are, and Brendan Fraser is coming back.
Now, I'll say this: if it's a bust,
Then I say,
yeah, get rid of it.
Yeah,
because I know a lot of people did not like the third one, including myself.
I do agree with George though. They probably won't get rid of it because actually it's funny that we mentioned the new Mummy movie coming out, not the one that's currently out, that weird kind of horror one. I'm talking about the one with.
You're telling me it's like unsettling and stuff, but it looks kind of cheesy.
It's creepy as hell. But it's funny because someone actually took video on the lower lot of Universal Hollywood. Brendan Fraser and a entourage actually went to go ride the actual attraction at Universal Hollywood just not even a week ago, a couple days ago.
And he posted and he said, "I have to get back into character."
Yep.
So, yeah, that actually kind of teases at that new movie too.
Yep.
So now Universal's like, well, we can't touch this now.
They're probably having plans for all we know. They're probably having plans in the works.
Mm-hmm.
I think
another thing is a must do for you is you have to see Waterworld.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the best stunt shows probably on the West Coast.
It is, I think, honestly, the best stunt show in a theme park that I've seen. I mean,
outside of Bourne Stuntacular,
Bourne Stunt Show is Bourne Stunt Show. I love what they did with Bourne because they used physical sets with
the screen,
and I thought it was very clever. What I appreciate with Waterworld is everything is physical.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the scope of the arena is just
so I would compare Waterworld and the Indiana Jones show because they're both all physical. There's no screens involved.
I hate what happened with the ball situation because every time I think about it, it's that situation.
It's a horrible.
I don't know why the show's still running even without it. It kind of ruins the vibe.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Back to Universal.
Why they haven't brought it back is I think they're still doing like their investigation, not Disney, but because someone got injured, on the job. So they have to do all that first before they could bring it back.
100%. So I think those three things for sure: Jurassic World, Waterworld, and the studio tour you have to do at all costs. Everything else is just gravy after that.
Yeah, because one of my main actually anticipated attractions is Transformers.
That's right, because you haven't done that, and you love the franchise.
I love the live action movies, despite what people say about them. Because I know a lot of people say that they either will love or hate them.
I actually like the Shia LaBeouf Transformer movies. The ones with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, Mark. A lot of people did not like this one.
It was kind of weird because now you replace Shia LaBeouf, who's this young adult, with Mark Wahlberg, who is a much older adult. It's like, wait a second, did we go through the multiverse or something?
And technically, I mean, Shia LaBeouf would have been in those ones, but
he opted out.
Yeah, because I mean, he had a big battle with Michael Bay.
He did.
They butt heads. They did not get along.
But somehow they worked it out because he's coming back. So it's weird.
Yeah, I hear so much rumors about Michael Bay. I think did he even confirm they're making a new Transformers?
But
'Cause
here's the thing too. As much as what Michael Bay said about Shia LaBeouf, a lot of people said the same thing about Michael Bay. That they say he's like a tough cookie of a director to work for.
Well,
Oh my God.
same thing people probably say about Christopher Nolan, because one of his biggest pet peeves is no distractions on set. So no phones, no flip flops, no you know, nothing. You can't be on set, you know, having something distracting.
You know what I would honestly do? I would probably get kicked out if he was ever filming in Hollywood studios. I would walk up to him with a squeaky dog toy and just keep squeaking it.
Oh my God, you imagine? Yes. And speaking of that, Dragon Blood, since you've never been to Hollywood, it's funny because 2 or 3 weeks ago, literally the day we went to go see the Mario Galaxy movie, earlier that day, Christopher Nolan himself was walking around City Walk.
No way.
How come we always miss? How come we always miss the good people?
I don't know.
Like we missed Christopher Nolan. We missed Brendan Fraser. We weren't on the tram tour when it stopped for the Rock when he was there for Jumanji. Someone saw Kevin Hart when they were on set. He was passing by.
And Vin Diesel, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep.
He posted a video. It was a photo with him with a hard hat, and there's the Hollywood Drift coaster out there.
Yeah. And then the one time I was on the tram, it was probably maybe almost a year and a quarter ago, but I saw Sam O'Neill driving on a golf cart, and that was
I saw that.
Yeah, I think it was literally right after the new Jurassic World movie came out, where him
and then when we were on the tram for the final Supercharged, they were filming the Burbs with Kiki Palmer. Remember, they were up on the hill. And they said quiet on the set, so we were on the tram, but they had to tell us to be quiet so we wouldn't distract the
Tell me all the surprises. I might get something special, perhaps, but I better cross my fingers.
Yeah. Again, there was always times like where I was like tempted, like when the tram says quiet on the set while we're passing, I'm like so tempted to go squonky.
You probably would do that. Probably get us all kicked out.
I so would.
God, I will say one of the best moments I had with George is that Supercharged moment, the very final Supercharged tram. We were all waiting there. Like, I mean, they actually queued us up in the Hispanic kind of line, because when you go on the studio tour, you'll see it. They have a general admission line, they have a express line, and then they have another line to the very far left, which is for Hispanic tours, like speaking bilingual and stuff.
So they used that as like the holding place for us because we were scheduled to go on the final tram for Supercharged.
Dude, I kid you not, the energy that came off the entire tram, because it's for cars, okay? The energy coming off of that, and we had all the vloggers with us. We had was Magic Journeys with us? Not with us, but were they there?
I thought they were there.
Okay, so Magic Journeys, I think Mouse Vibes was there.
Mouse Vibes was there.
Was Mondo there too?
Yeah, Mouse Vibes was there. Tall Guy was there.
Universal High
was there. Jason was there.
Theme Park Wizard was with us.
I think, who else? There were more people. Oh, SoCal Tall Guy. Sorry, I didn't say his full name. Then we had a Theme Park Obsession. He was there. Oh my God, there was like JP Land was there. There was probably like a good 40 of us that were content creators that were there. And literally, as we're entering, I kid you not, as we pass Jupiter's Claim and we're getting ready to go into the Fast and Furious supercharged, but dude, the energy just lit up.
Mhm.
It was ridiculous. Oh my god.
Or a segment of a tram
Oh, dude.
that literally is like, you ride it on any regular day, you're like, this is the most dumbest, pathetic thing you will ever see in your life. But yeah, the energy that everyone hyped this thing up, they were mimicking the lines.
It was,
you know, it was
Dude.
it was
That reminds me of the Shrek 4D when Shrek 4D closed at Orlando. Everyone was saying the lines, dude. It was
oh, dude,
wild.
it was hilariously
And then
fun.
when we were getting off the tram, we all were singing in unison the
let me see if I could find it.
the song from the
I want
Fast.
to see if I can find it.
Yeah, the Shrek 4D one from Orlando. If you've seen that video, it's crazy.
I bet. Let me see if I can find it.
I think it was Attractions Magazine that did that.
Oh, really?
I think so. I don't remember who.
I think I remember that. Like, I mean, I wasn't there, but now that you like,
it was from 2021 when they closed it for VillainCon.
yeah, which I don't even know why they did that, but
No,
yeah.
they should have kept Shrek They should have kept Shrek in Hollywood, dude. Why did
Yeah,
they close it?
like-
Kung Fu Panda looks like a downgrade.
well, and here's the other thing too. They got rid of Shrek and they're making a Shrek 5. Like,
That was bad timing.
That was kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie on that. That was, I don't know if that was really a great call on their part to do that. That was really not good. But
I'm glad they didn't get rid of the donkey meet and greet. Otherwise, people would have had a riot.
oh, dude, you imagine?
yeah, they still have like the Shrek and Fiona and Donkey meet and greet. So
I can't even imagine that, quite frankly. That'd be totally ridiculous because our animatronic, I have to say, looks so much better than Orlando's.
I didn't even see Orlando's at all.
I don't know. They both kind of look like they're on crack.
Yeah, theirs looks more.
They're smoking crack, guys.
It looks bad. I looked at it, not while we were down there, but I've seen pictures and videos of it. It did not look right.
But one of my ideas, from what I'm pointing at on the poster on my roof, for a mummy replacement.
Ooh, I like that. La, la, la.
I want my Godzilla so bad in Universal. We have Transformers and Jurassic World, my two favorite other. How to Train Your Dragon as well. But
well, with Godzilla, we're getting another Godzilla -1, aren't we?
Zero.
Mine
is 0.
Mine is 0.
I
I knew it was -1, but I couldn't remember like the title. Mine is 0, and then we're also getting another Godzilla versus Kong.
Kong one. Yeah, so Godzilla Kong Supernova, March of next year, actually. So I'm excited.
Nice,
crazy.
And I'm watching Monarch. Been watching the new season of Monarch, so I've been having a good time recently.
Nice.
That's awesome. Keep going. I'm still looking for it. It's gonna be a hot minute.
What else do I? Yeah, Transformers. I think is my most anticipated because I'm excited for the Avengers e-ticket, of course. That's the major thing.
Now, will you go on Hollywood Drift?
I don't know, man, because that's a tough call. I might want to do the Orlando coasters before I even dare go back to West Coast to do Hollywood Drift.
Okay, because
Hollywood Drift is going to be very intense.
By the time you come out, it'll definitely probably be open.
Oh, more.
It'll be open, yeah. Because I have a feeling they're going to open up in May.
Oh, you think May?
I think by May they may get it open online, right?
Okay, maybe
like late, early May. I don't know.
My guess was actually like mid to late June. I mean, I could be wrong. That's just my.
I feel like it's a little sooner because how fast construction went up for that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, that's pretty much Nintendo. I know a lot of people have their thoughts about Mario Kart, but I want to do Mario Kart.
Oh, you still have to because you never got to do it. I still say do as much as you possibly can for the time that you're out here because it's all your first experience. So yeah, definitely get in whatever you can get in.
And then by the time I go to Epic Universe, whenever, I'm already going to do the same ride from Hollywood, so...
And I would say, honestly, if you had to pick and choose, to start out with Universal Hollywood first before you go to Universal Orlando, because I think if you did vice versa, you would be kind of underwhelmed.
Yeah, 'cause it's the same stuff outside the studio tour in Waterworld.
I found it.
Jurassic World. Oh,
Did
you
you-
found it.
I found it. You ready for this?
Go for it.
I found it. All right, here we go.
What just happened? This is a secure line. What is going on?
I'm the reason bad guys use a nightlight. I'm the reason the boogeyman begs his mama to look under his bed. And I'm the reason you just lost control of this whole operation. My name is Special Agent Luke Hobbs of the U.S. Diplomatic Security Service. And as of 16.9 seconds ago, I'm the man in charge.
Yes.
Let me clue you in on two things, sweet cheeks. One, there's a high-value witness from the Federal Protection Program aboard your vehicle. And two, an international crime syndicate led by Owen Shaw.
Everyone had their phones out.
Yeah.
I'm pausing it just to mess you guys out. That's all I'm doing.
He'll stop at nothing to eliminate his target. Every living soul on this vehicle is in serious danger. Other than that, enjoy.
I'm so tired of you skate guys stepping in just whenever you feel like it. Don't you?
We're moving your vehicle to a safe location until we have the situation under control. Until then, I want everybody to stay calm. Enjoy the ride.
Here we go.
We want to help out the family group ourselves. Please remain seated. Arms and legs in the vehicle. Hold on tight to your belongings. Let's see what Roman has to say.
My name is Roman Pierce. Woody Hobbs acts as a stash.
Let's try to get
Want you
the
in our
screen.
secret spot.
All right, look, guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here, so put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone can give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
So there really wasn't any commotion, but I'll show you towards the end here. This was hilarious. Watch this. I think I captured it. I think. Here we go. Yeah.
You know it's crazy out there. You guys
Oh no, I didn't capture all of it. But I'll tell you this. Like, I mean, literally when we got off the tram, there was one guy, I think it was SoCal Tall Guy himself. And he's as tall as I am, so he's big and he's tall. Okay. He was chanting, right? Like he was chanting, and literally all of us on all the cars are exiting and we're singing with them. So it was so loud, it was ridiculous. And then after that, we all go up the escalators and we're kind of hanging around because we see the tram pull forward again. And we're like, oh, they letting on, you know, some more people. Come to find out they took the team members for the final ride, the studio team members, which was very cool to close it out. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was honestly, for as cheesy and sucky as that attraction is, it was an epic moment, honestly, and I'm glad that we were able to be there and enjoy it and everything. Because sometimes it's not about if something is a popular attraction or not. It's like how the community comes together and like boosts it up and like really makes it a fun experience. Like that's like the best. So I think we're going to be wrapping this up. Is there anything else that you wanted to bring up before we do?
Oh, that's pretty much it.
Anything for you, TPC?
You call me that? Okay. I will let you have that one. No, I am all good. I'm actually very happy that I was able to be part of this. Dragon Blood, it was actually wonderful to meet you kind of sort of in person. I can't wait to do more videos with you and George in the near future. And then hopefully see you at D23 or even sooner, maybe at the parks or something.
Yeah.
And I wish you the absolute best when you go visit Universal Hollywood. Obviously, it's not going to be like Orlando by any means necessary, but I think you still will have a very fun time. You'll get a better perspective on the challenges we face out here in California compared to the East Coast. That's kind of how I felt with going out to Orlando for my first time. So I'm very excited to get your opinions on that when you do go to Universal Hollywood, and maybe I'll join you and George again when you do, and we'll do a video on it and kind of get your perspective, because I'm really curious to see what your perspective is.
Yeah, because it could mesh it all together. Your D23 experiences, my D23 experience, my time at Disneyland, DCA, and then of course my first reaction to Universal. That'd be great for a whole video.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I want to thank you both for joining me. Dragon Blood, so glad to have you back, man. I'm so glad you were able to come on. It's been a while. It's been too long. I definitely have to have you back on, as we were just mentioning, like, especially after. I want to have you on so that way you can talk about your experiences with D23, your first time at Disneyland, Universal Hollywood, all that good jazz.
One thing though, I don't have to do a badge transfer for my ticket.
You don't. That is, good for you. That way it's just coming directly to you. We did do the badge transfer, so that part went through smoothly. Now just everyone is going to get the badges, and now when we meet up,
all I have to wait for is just wait for July, and then I'm all good to go.
Yeah. So once everyone gets the badges, then we'll meet up at Angel Stadium and we'll start dispersing them out. But in any case, Dragon Blood, thank you again so much for joining. If you want to let everyone know where they can find you on social media.
Yeah, of course. You can find me at Dragon Blood 264 over on Instagram.
Awesome. And Mr. Theme Park Conductor, always a great time as usual. Having you on, whether it's a live, whether it's pre-recorded, whether it's us in the parks doing content, it's always a great time. And again, thank you so much for joining as well. If you want to let everyone know where they can find you on social media.
Absolutely. And a big shout out to Hollow Gelato for always being an amazing host and my partner in crime when it comes to videos and live streams. Absolutely incredible. Dragon Blood, again, awesome to have you on. Awesome to kind of sort of meet you in person, and can't wait to do more content with you. But as Hollow Gelato said, I'm Theme Park Conductor. You can find me on YouTube, Blue Sky, and Instagram at Theme Park Conductor. You can find me on X at Theme Conductor, TikTok at Theme Park Conductor 1, and every Sunday at 5 or 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Conductor Sunday live stream, where we have amazing guests like the only Mr. Hollow Gelato himself with his spicy Italian theme park opinions, Dragon Blood with his awesome, amazing. I have to say, I was blown away by that Imagineer kind of map you made.
Dang, bro. I appreciate it.
I can't wait to see more of those in the near future, and so many other guests as we break down Disney and Universal news. We speculate, we talk rumors, and we get the chat involved, and it's such a great time. And Dragon Blood, one of these times I will get you on a Conductor Sunday live stream.
That'd be great.
With George, and I can't wait to have you on very, very soon.
Yeah, that sounds great, man.
Awesome. And with that being said, folks, I'm George, the Disney Italiano. And as I always say, in Disney Italiano fashion, stay safe, stay healthy, stay Disney. Italiano out.